Yo.
Okay, good. All right, right on. Good evening, Facebook, I believe. And YouTube. Yes. We are live. We just got back from Morris Park. Well, El Rampador did. It wasn't me, it was El Rampador. We're different people, apparently. So El Rampador and Rampe went to Morris County. Morris? Oh, jeez. Joe, I'm not ready for you yet. Joe, if you're listening, we're starting. I have to play the theme song, and I have to play. So I can't do that. Joe, I know you're listening. Joe, our first guest is dying to get on here, and I know Joe. All right, let me test my phones. All right, I'm gonna test my phone out. Let's see if Joe can hear me. Joe, can you hear me? Joe?
Yep.
Oh, good. Hey, the phones are working.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, we're starting this show. We have to play the theme song, and we have a few things to do.
Oh, listen, pump the fact that I was running for governor, and I was the only Republican who backed the bill, and and the people that when this bill passed.
I remember that. We all remember that.
But just introduce me that way, because a lot of people when I come on, they don't know who I am. They think I'm this politician. That's just bullshit.
Oh, Chris, write this down. It's Joe Rullo. What are we saying now? Joe Rullo, what?
That I was the only Republican and I ran for governor.
Okay.
And I was the first to back this. I was the first to back legalization of marijuana. That I fought, with you.
Yes. Okay. When we call you back, we're going to introduce you like that.
Cool.
Give me about
all right, later, brother.
5 minutes. He doesn't even know who's on the air. Joe Rullo. I love Joe Rullo. He cracks me up, man.
Full of energy.
He's a lot of energy and good direction of the energy. He has a lot to say, and I want him to say it. But we have a theme song to do, and I have to get myself ready here. I have to. The reason why we do these theme songs right now, I need time to share this and get ready for the show. So I'm still not ready. I'm still doing production and engineering work right now. Who's on here with us? Anybody on here with us now? I see a couple of people. Let's see. Not yet. Okay, well, anyway, we just went to Morris Park. We have a lot to talk about there. We have a lot going on next week at the State House. A lot going on this week. Mike, you'll be here. We're building our set out more. We're adding more stuff to the set, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes. So stay tuned. Welcome to Thursday night. Smoke them if you got them, and roll them if you don't. Don't.
This introduction song is like really where it's at.
Ooh. This is a Jamaican guy at Bell Labs that I said, Jerry, can you say some stuff for my song? And he's like, come on, guy, get something in your rhythm. And he just told me some crazy stuff. That's a Jamaican guy at work. I just kept recording him, saying crazy stuff. Great.
That's awesome.
Jerry, I got to find out where he is. Come on, guy. Get something in your rhythm. Oh, I didn't share it. What am I doing? I'm a mess. Who you wanna roll with, huh? We are live. Fighting for your rights.
We need to get like an introduction like that. That'd be great.
In the blue corner, fighting for your rights, Chris Amada!
Yeah, get pumped up.
What's your fighting name?
I don't even know.
Chris the Mauler Almada. I don't know.
I like that.
In the red corner, fighting! I love that guy.
You do pretty good, man. You do pretty good.
Fighting for cannabis patients' rights, Chris the Mauler Almada!
Yeah, has a ring to it, huh?
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Wait till Mikey gets here.
Yeah.
And in the blue corner, fighting for your rights. That's fun. Wow.
Yeah, imagine getting paid for that.
We must do so much like coke or something because he comes out with these jackets. Those jackets he wears. Did you see the jacket he wore?
He's absolutely like
Dude.
his best suits in the game. Like,
Dude.
in any game.
It shined. His jacket shined when he moved.
Yeah, yeah. He's got some pretty good designs on a lot of those suits.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
And I like how he don't take no crap from people either. Like he got into a fight in an elevator with somebody.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened? You know the story?
Yeah, I don't know. I think he was in the elevator with like Dana White and the fighter was asked something about a fight, and then I guess Bruce is a watch fan, so he saw that Dana had a nice watch on, so he kind of interrupted and asked him about the watch.
Oh.
And yeah, that's how it started. But I didn't know that Bruce Buffer actually used to like do some boxing.
He looks like a tough guy.
Yeah. He looks like pretty built for his age.
Yeah, he's, I don't know. I bet he's pretty ripped.
Yeah.
He's probably one of those, like, who's that referee that's always built, he's always ripped? What's his name? Like, there's a couple of them now, I guess.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, that's a few.
There's a few of them.
What else are you going to do?
Big guys.
Sitting around all day waiting for these guys.
Yeah.
Pump some iron with them. It's cool stuff. That's a good way to begin the show. I think I'm going to start doing something like that.
Hey.
We are live. You got to scream it, though. He screams it. He's always screaming. Does he do that at home?
Yeah, I wonder, right? Like if he's getting some gas or something, and gas attendant.
What? Fill it up!
Or ordering a burger from McDonald's or something.
Eating in the red corner.
That'd be funny.
So let's call Joe Rullo, who is the Republican, the only Republican running on a cannabis ticket years ago. The only Republican.
Yeah, and the first, right?
And the first to run on a cannabis ticket in New Jersey. And that is Mr. Joe Rullo. My phone's better work now. Yes. I love when the phones work.
Hello?
The first Republican to believe in medical cannabis. fighting for medical cannabis in the blue corner, the red corner, Joe Rudy Rullo. I'm going to introduce every guest like that from now on. And Joe is in the red corner.
And don't forget recreational marijuana. That the fact is that the Republican Party, all 21 chairmen, came out in every county, and all Republicans, and unified and said they are against the people voting this bill through. Right? Remember, the people voted on it. They voted against it to send a message to every Republican to vote against it. And 65% of the voters in almost every town voted for this. And I was the only Republican, and I ran for governor. And I put my whole entire reputation, and I went against my party that was completely against marijuana. And I still backed the marijuana legalization.
So how did it go? How did it work out with the marijuana legalization? Not too good, huh?
Well, you want to hear? I'll give you the rundown on what's going on with it.
Yeah, please.
So,
I'm confused.
So this is how it's going to work. So basically, I went to the seminars to see how it works. And if you don't have a town that passed a resolution to allow a retail marijuana establishment there, you live in that particular town, want to start that business, you're out of the game. And if you have a loophole where, let's say you live in, what town you live in again?
I'm in East Hanover, but we're in Bayonne right now.
Okay, so what town is connected to your town, like literally border to border?
East Hanover?
Yeah.
It would be Florham Park or Livingston.
So listen to this. So if you live in East Hanover and they are against marijuana and don't have a resolution from the local mayor and council, if you're connected to the town next to you, which is Florham Park, you are allowed to actually have a marijuana business there. But, for example, Atlantic City is allowing marijuana. Little Lake Harbor, where I live, is not connected there, right? It's like 10 towns away. So I can't have a marijuana company unless, ready, I partner up with someone that lives in a town, and that person who lives in that town, I'm beat because I got to be a 49% partner, and they get to be 51, which I would never agree to do, number one. Number two, the bill, so that's the deal. And then number two, the amount of money that you need to, start this company would be exuberant. You have to have security cameras. Oh, ready for this? You have to have a waiver from your mortgage company because federal law states in a mortgage that you're not allowed to have drugs on the property. Your mortgage company actually has to waiver federal law and acknowledge the fact that they know that there's going to be marijuana on that business campus. It's crazy, okay? And basically, he's franchising, too. If you notice that most of these companies that are doing it are these really big corporations that have 5 or 6 establishments, and they unfairly to you in the medical marijuana community, they started with those particular entities, which is going to basically affect your quality, your quantity, your total focus for medical marijuana people. And I think that, if you are, and I'm going to be honest with you, right? Like, I smoked marijuana a lot, right? Even though I ran for governor, like when I was in high school, I got straight A's when I smoked in college. But I was really smart. I never got arrested, right? So, all right, so I didn't get arrested, so I don't get preference now. So somebody who got busted, right, dealing marijuana or smoking marijuana because they weren't able to not get caught, they get first preference over me. The whole law is just so disappointing. And honestly, if you want my prediction, the drug dealers are going to, they call them drug dealers, right? But the guys that were actually selling for years, they're going to flourish because what's going to happen is once the notoriety and the feel good goes away, and people don't want to go to the marijuana deposits, whatever, anymore to the store, you're just going to use the bag from the marijuana place and put the off-scale black market pot in the bag, and there's no way to tell where it's coming from to begin with. But I'll tell you something, between you and I, you know how I like CBD?
Yes.
I love Delta 8, my man.
Delta 8.
Delta 8 is like literally smoking pot, but like no paranoia, and you get totally relaxed, and it's the same thing, man. There's no difference. If you do high quantities, it'll knock you out like a zombie, too.
I have to try that. I haven't tried that yet.
Bro, it takes away pain, right? It relaxes your muscles. It'll knock you on your butt. So what you got to do is don't start at a high dose. Start at like 10 milligrams if you can get it that low, because you can really cater, to what you want to do. I use it to sleep, and I like to wake up nice and crispy burnt in the morning. And if I do 10, I can literally function during the day. But if I did like 30 of it, if I take it before I go to bed, I'm like still high in the morning, like for an hour.
Like an edible.
But it's really, well, there's two. There's a chewable one, and then there's and I'll tell you, where you should go? Go to Pacific. Is it Pacific Avenue, Trish? It's in Wildwood. Let me tell you where I get it. It's a place called Tavanus Botanicals in Wildwood. And dude, let me tell you something. He makes it himself, and it is the most extremely. To me, it's like, remember how Canaway, when I did CBD, it was like medical quality?
Yes.
It appears to me that his formula is very, very high quality stuff. And he has these little pills that are like 10 milligrams. And if you don't want to be like really, like, how sometimes you go out, you got to be like very focused. You could actually focus yourself by knowing what dosage that you're taking. And he even has oils, but you got to be careful because the oil, even though when you use the dropper, a full dropper is 60 milligrams, and if you cut it in 4, it's 15. I've done 15, and I literally have to go to sleep.
I just wonder if it's full spectrum.
Oh, it's listen, this is how it works. They take CBD, and they take out the. Did you know that from CBD you could actually get THC back again?
Well, yeah.
That's what he does. And if you take Delta 9, it's got the hallucinogen in it. I don't like Delta 9. I keep Delta 8 because you know how like you feel like when you're walking through the woods, like there's like people walking around in there that aren't there when you're kind of really stoned.
Uh-huh.
You won't have that from Delta 8. You're just a nice mellow dude. Ready for this? It's like being on Xanax and like almost identical, but kind of with the marijuana touch where the pain in your body goes away, your muscles relax. Oh, and it really, you get the munchies a little bit too, but not too much. You can actually control, that kind of craving to eat. I don't feel comfortable driving on Delta 8, but the bottom line is Delta 8 was legal before marijuana was legalized. So, like, damn, I wish I knew this crap. I would have been selling this stuff, like, months before. Remember when I was selling the CBD?
Yes, sir.
This stuff, I think, honestly, if you want my opinion, I think Delta 8 is better than marijuana, man.
Uh-oh. That's a bold statement.
I like it. It depends on your goal, though, right? If you want that, I don't know if you get paranoid at all if you smoke too much, but I don't like that feeling. And if you take Delta 9, you get that extra. It's a lot stronger, but you get the paranoia part, the psychosis part. Versus the Delta 8 is mostly your cerebellum, which affects your movement and your relaxation. And it's sort of like it's a great sleeping tool too.
Joe, I got a question for you. My protest in Linden, I protest Senator Scutari's office, and I have a sign. It's right behind me. It says Home Grow. And when I'm out there with my sign, people come up to me, all black and brown people, and they're like, "Why are you protesting? It's legal to have weed and to grow it." I'm like, "No, you go to jail for 5 years for growing weed." And everybody says, "No, I voted for it to be legal." And I'm like, "No. They're creating a whole new Jim Crow in New Jersey."
Oh, yeah.
It's a whole new Jim Crow of people that are growing weed and people that are selling weed, and it's going to be all black and brown people that are going to be affected by this.
I can't wait until every single person, and it's going to happen. It's going to be so saturated that it's just like they're going to give up. And they're just going to, you're going to start seeing it in 7-Elevens. You're going to start seeing it in vape shops. They're not even going to be able to control it. And honestly, all these licenses are bullshit because they're going to be worthless because everybody out there is going to be selling it and growing it.
Did you see the news that Asbury Park is trying to crack down on that pop-up that keeps popping up in Asbury?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know much about that, but I know that if there's violence and there is, they were talking about having, a street fight as one of their entertainment things.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, dude. I mean, they were street fighting. They were, promising they were going to have a match. You can't do stuff like that.
Oh, we can't?
No, but I like what you're doing with the wheelchairs, bro. Let me tell you something. I have a service dog, and I go through a lot of what people go through with wheelchairs. Sometimes I go into a place, and they'll say, what's wrong with you? And by law, they're only allowed to ask me, is it a service dog, and what service does it perform? And I said to them, would you ask me what was wrong with me if I came in with a wheelchair and try to make me not bring my wheelchair?
Yeah, I see service dogs everywhere nowadays, and I think they're allowed to ask 2 questions when you see a service dog. What do they do, or right? What is their function, and how do they help you? Is that the questions? They
can only ask is it a service dog, and then if you have a disability, and what service does it perform?
Right, something like that. And that's all you can ask. You can't get into specifics with people. And
I've had people ask me, what type of dog is it? I'm like, none of your business.
Right.
Or they'll say, I had this one lady come, she was a supervisor, and she told me, ADA came here, and they said that we're not allowed to ask if it's a service dog. And she goes, they said we can ask what's wrong with you. I said, would you ask somebody what's wrong with them if they had a wheelchair? I said, it's illegal.
Wow. That's what she asked? Oh, my God.
Dude, let me tell you something. I got stuff on video that I could show you. I was harassed at a Boy Scout camp when I was at a waterfall. It was part of a Boy Scout camp, and the guy there that was in charge of the grounds and maintenance, he came over with his truck, with a dog in his truck, and he started telling me I had to leave. And I told him it was a service dog, and he says it doesn't matter. As soon as I put him on video, he flat out lied on the camera and said, I never said that. I told you got to put a leash on your dog. I said, you're a liar.
Wow.
And then, I noticed, too, if you go to the Hamilton Mall, you go through the first door, they got a handicap thing where you hit the button and you can go through with your wheelchair. And then once you get into the doors, the other one, when you hit it, doesn't open. So how does somebody with a wheelchair by themselves get in? There's so many different scenarios. And all of these, like you said, all these other buildings that you go to, they're all government buildings. All these scumbags don't even have handicap accessible buildings. This is bullshit.
They just built a park in Bayonne called the Morris Park, Dr. Morris Park, and it's not wheelchair accessible. There's a part of the park where a brand new park where the chess and checkers are played, wheelchairs can't get up there. So what we did, me and Chris just now, we dropped off an 8-foot ramp to go up those steps, and we left it there. So we'll see what they do now.
It's such a joke. If they had somebody in their family that had that, it would be there.
Right. That's the crazy thing about it. Until it affects you, you don't give a shit.
I think it's wonderful that you do that, dude. Honestly, I don't know if I ever told you, but back in 1989, I was the president of student government at Ocean County College, and I remember we had a guy in the school, and he had a wheelchair. and he couldn't get out of the wheelchair. And he used to get really upset because he couldn't open up the doors. So I remember in 1989 being president there and proposing that every single door have a button outside of it that he can hit. And at first, I got a lot of people that were against it. And then they said, well, in the next year or two, ADA, and I didn't know what ADA meant. They said, either way, ADA is going to actually come and make us do it. Did you know that Ocean County College in 1989 put these doors in 2 years before ADA even forced it and mandated it, because I basically helped that guy by bringing out the issue. That's what you're doing.
Joe, I want to sue everybody. How do I sue everybody this year? I'm serious. I want to sue everybody.
Did you know that if somebody doesn't let me in with my dog, that the average lawsuit is $70,000?
I want to sue the police stations that have no access. All the police stations in New Jersey.
All you do is file a complaint with ADA. You'll drive them nuts.
I've done it. They haven't done anything about it. I filed federal
really?
complaints. I'll do it again. And I want to file a tort claim. A tort claim, it's called.
Yeah, you probably, what you do is you actually, okay, so the person who is being affected by it has to do it.
Okay.
And then you go to court and you prove that they are being discriminated upon. Like me, for example, let's say I were to go to, my favorite amusement park. I won't mention a name, okay? And I go there and they say, you can't go in today. I can now go to a judge at a court and sue them and say, oh, well, that was the only thing I could do that made me happy in my life. And I could never go back to that park anymore because I'm afraid to go there because they threw me out. Dude, that number could be like $1 million lawsuit.
I want to sue.
Do I do that? I should.
You should. We
went to a hotel once where the lady was like, wouldn't let us in. And I should have that was in Massachusetts though, but it's funny, southern states are much cooler with service dogs. New Jersey is now, I don't know if you've heard, but they actually passed a bill. Her name is, did you ever hear of an assemblywoman by the name of, what the hell is her name? Cleopatra?
Yes.
She basically put a bill out that a business has to teach their employees those two things that you said about a service dog that they have to ask, which shows them that two things. One, what they have to ask, but two, that you have to let them in. If they don't let you, if there's a complaint filed against them the first time, you have to pay for an educational seminar for their establishment and their employees. And I think the second or third shot is actually a full-fledged fine. They should do the same damn thing. Your problem is most of the perpetrators and the lawbreakers of these ADA things with the wheelchairs are friggin' government entities that are basically somehow grandfathered or loopholed. That's what it appears to me. Anybody that is non-government seems to give in to you when I follow your progress. Am I right? The government ones are the ones that kind of laugh you off, right?
That's right.
That's because they're not a business and they don't have to pay the money.
And the lawyers don't want to touch it because there's not a lot of money to be made with suing these towns. So I have to sue them myself.
And by the way, the town hires their friends that are lawyers and they love it, and their friends make money to defend the town.
So, yeah. So we're going to sue a bunch of towns this year. And I want to sue the park. This park we went to that's not ADA compliant, I want to sue the engineer and the builder for building a park that's not ADA compliant.
Yeah, that's crazy. So basically what, they can't get into the park without going up a ramp?
They can't. When the park is open, there's only one gate open, and there's no access to that top of the park. The top of the park has a gate, but that gate is locked, and it's always been locked. So a person in a wheelchair has to leave the park and go to another exit and entrance to get back to the up part of the park that they need to be in.
I totally know how you feel with that because my dog, right, Lyric, my service dog, is she's 12 years old, and you would never know. She could walk she could walk. But what I do sometimes is, let's say if I have a 10-mile day, she's only 10 pounds, so she can't walk that much, because she has to eat that much. And she can't eat as much as she walks. So what I'll do is I'll cut the day in half. I'll say, okay, we're going to walk her 5 miles, and then we'll put her in, I call it my ATDGV, all-terrain dog vehicle, right?
Okay.
And when I put her in this thing, I need access to ramps.
Yeah.
So, that's not the same as somebody being in a wheelchair, but I understand what they're going through. It's kind of really, really sad. What do you think of the marijuana thing? Like, as far as, do you agree with me what I was saying about, like, you and I, right, the poor, white, middle-class male, we can't afford to start our own marijuana company. It's like crazy.
No, it's for rich people. And, Joe, you're working class like me. So we're being priced out of this whole economy. I can't pay to go anywhere anymore. My gas prices went up. I can't go to Trenton all the time. My food prices went up.
Crazy.
Dude, I go to the hardware store. Wheelchair ramps. I bought a wheelchair ramp 6 months ago. It was $100. Now it's $140. Silicone in the hardware store went from $4 their cost to $12 their cost.
Wow.
Silicone.
Yeah, probably because of if you want my opinion, I think that some of this is inflation. I think others are just, a lot of these stores haven't raised their prices for years, and I think they're just raising prices on things as well. I mean, if you go to Acme, for example, Acme was always really expensive, and you go to Walmart and the prices seem to have gone up a little bit, but they're very competitive. But if you go to Acme, you'll notice their prices didn't go up much. It's because they're so high already that if they raise the prices any more than they are, they could run into problems.
Didn't the oil companies make record profits this year?
Yeah, they did. And but the thing is, if they had drilling and they didn't stop oil production, I don't think we'd be in this position right now.
What a mess, Joe.
We can't go after the profits of a company, and expect them to, give it back. Hey, look at in New Jersey, these bipartisan Republicans and Democrats. Remember the gas tax that I was against in 2016?
Yep.
You're now paying $1 on top of, so your gas would probably be $1 less if that gas tax didn't pass that I was against.
Was that a Christie gas tax?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And Murphy is basically executing it and allowing it to increase by, if the demand decreases, they actually can increase the gas tax to make up for the lack of profit that's coming in. Let's say, because you're making less on tax if less people buy gas. So in essence, if people protested in New Jersey and didn't buy gas, the gas tax will go up. It's a built-in mechanism to protect the tax, to make sure it stays consistent.
Let's see here. We're playing with our set. It's funny we called you. We're making a Trumper vehicle. We're making a pickup truck with flags on the back for our diorama. You can't see our set, but we have a set that's a miniature everything, a miniature Avenue C, where we fought for the light. Well, we made a diorama of the Avenue C and 49th where we're getting the light. So we brought this whole set to the council meeting and we played the song for them. So now we're doing crazy stuff, and we're going to add a Trumper vehicle. And I don't know where it is. Chris has it. And we're going to put flags on the back. What else does a Trumper vehicle need? Joe?
I'd say flags, like a Let's Go Brandon sticker.
Oh, right on. I don't know if you can see this, but yeah, I'm going to send him the truck right now. Here's the truck.
I saw your introduction to today's show, and it had like a little miniature car. Yeah,
that's what we're doing now. We're passing weed to each other with the car. Do you have a joint to pass me yet, or Did we roll a joint yet?
That's funny, dude.
No. All right. Give me the truck. I'll put some weed in there for you, and you can roll it up. This is fun.
You gotta be like Snoop Dogg, and you gotta hire somebody to roll your joint.
Oh wait, hold on. Oh, I screwed up. I didn't have it. I didn't have it on, Chris. I'm sorry. Here, hold. Let me send it back to you.
By the way, I'm not going to say what town and what mayor, but I actually know a mayor that was singing your song one day and laughing.
And where?
Like one of the towns that I know a mayor, he thought your song was cool. Like he was like, I ain't got no weed here. I ain't got no weed here.
Oh, that one. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We got a new song. It's called Keep Your Wheelchairs Home.
How does it go?
Hey, hey, ho, ho, that ugly step has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, your wheelchair access really blows. Hey, hey. It's like that. It's really good. You haven't heard it?
No.
Oh, really? I thought everyone heard this.
Oh man, it's a hit.
It's a rocker.
Do you still show up to the meetings with the bong guy in the outfit?
Yeah, the bong's in a wheelchair now, Joe.
Really?
He actually gets in a wheelchair inside the bong, and he plays guitar in the wheelchair bong.
That's unbelievable.
He's amazing. He really is amazing.
I mean, that song is pretty cool, though. The We Ain't Got No Weed Here, and the way you memorized all those towns.
Barnegat, Berkeley, Bridgeton, Bridgewater, Brigantine, Callstadt, Chatham, Clifton, Cranberry, East Rutherford, Elmwood Park, Emerson, Fairhaven, Freehold, Garfield, Hasbrook Heights, Hawthorne, Lavalette, Lodi, Jamesburg, Hazlitt, Mount.
Wow. So we know that marijuana definitely does not destroy memory cells.
No, I still got that one. Let's see. Do I have the song here?
And I'll tell you, I did a study when I started taking the Delta 8. You know how you ever see crystals and they have very complicated names?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'll give you an example. Ready? Crazy Lace Agate, Zolindite, Apophyllite, irradiated quartz, fluorite, pink Botswana agate. Those are some complicated names. Would you agree?
I don't know what you said, but yeah.
So, like, I memorize these rocks so that as an actor, you know, I'm always, like, memorizing things. But, like, when I started doing the Delta 8, I wanted to see if when I'm on it, if it affects me, and then a day or two after. And if anything, my actual memory retention actually gets better because I'm more relaxed and I'm not stressed out. When I'm stressed out and I have, like, my PTSD episodes, I tend to forget the names of the rocks. You probably destroy more brain cells when you're stressed out.
More power, Scotty.
I'm surprised you never went to Great Adventure. Did you know they have signs all over Great Adventure saying that? What did they say, Chris? No smoking marijuana. So technically, by law, if you're a medical marijuana patient, you could smoke wherever the cigarettes are, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
I've seen that.
They are not allowing that at Great Adventure.
Yeah, well, they're anti-patient.
Or they'll tell you flat out that it's private property, that they don't have to let you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They did that during the medical cannabis laws.
Well, what they're doing the same thing with that, with private homes where people go, like, for example, when I was in a car accident, I shattered my pelvis, and then I had to go to a facility where I can get rehab and get the same attention I would as in the hospital with nurses and all that. And since it's private property, they can't have their weed there. They can get their card, but they can't get their weed. They can't hold their weed there.
Nope.
Wow.
Or consume it there at all. But they can give them oxys, perks, whatever they want, right on the dot, right on the hour, they got it.
Wow. But they can't give marijuana.
Nope, not in there. They can't consume it. And then most of these places are on lockdown because of COVID, and they won't let them out. So then they can't even consume it anyway, even if they have it stored and say, somewhere, where they have to take an access link to like a family member's house so they can consume it, so they can hold it for them.
Ridiculous.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah,
Hoops
and that's something I want to work on because I still communicate with those people that are in there, and then like they're really affected. There's people that move 500-pound wheelchairs with their mouths, and they can't move their arms or legs or anything. You know what I mean? So, and yeah, that's something that I want to put on my agenda.
Do you, Lefty? Do you think that the black market is flourishing now because of the prices of these dispensaries?
Yes, absolutely.
Do you think people are able to take that marijuana and cut it up and sell it and make profit off of it too from the dispensary?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
In Oregon, there's $17 ounces, so there is no more black market. The black market's done in Oregon because you can go buy dispensary weed for $17 an ounce.
Wow. And the marijuana business is like a dollar store there now.
It's insane.
I mean, $17 an ounce, you can't even make a profit, barely.
I don't know.
I mean, you got to start selling like, bongs and stuff like that to make more money.
I mean, how much money can you make off something coming out of the ground? It's the regular, like any vegetable or anything like that. How much does a vegetable cost to really produce? A tomato or what's the real cost behind those vegetables and fruits?
I went to opening day just for shits and giggles. Which dispensary did we go to? Egg Harbor Township. I went there to go see, what the line looked like.
Was it more shit or more giggles?
Oh my gosh. The line, was 2.5 hours.
Shit.
It'd be like sitting online, for a concert, right? When you used to wait for concert tickets overnight. I'm like, I'm not sitting online, I want to go in there and do video, you know what I mean?
Wow. No.
2.5 hours. I'm like, I'm not sitting out here, for 2.5 hours.
Oh my God.
Reminds me of like I just got a visual of Black Friday.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. What's the closest dispensary to you guys over there?
Harmony, Rise,
Sea Caucus, Maplewood,
Elizabeth,
Union, Route 22.
You know what I noticed? The more city areas where the Democrats have control, they approved these dispensaries to be in their town, and Republican towns did not. And South Jersey, in like Ocean County, for example, has none, 0.
Yeah. It's
and it just pisses me off because I'm a businessman, right? And I would love to do this. I'm waiting till it gets to a point where they can't control it anymore. How with CBD, and I sold CBD because I'm going to figure out some kind of loophole to get into this. I'm even thinking about going full blown on Delta 8. Coming up with like a Rullo Delta 8 friggin' munchie or something.
Hey, Mike Tyson got his edibles of a year now, gummy ears.
Yeah, he made a good hit with that. I'm a little disappointed in him now beating somebody up on a plane now. And honestly, I got a lot of heat from a lot of Trump supporters and Republicans actually back Mike Tyson. I was shocked. But like I said to them, I said, so you're for law and order, and Mike Tyson basically pinned this poor guy up against a seat and hit him like a punching bag. Now, if that was me on the plane and I was white, my ass would have been arrested by, like, what do they call those? Like, people that air marshals.
TSA?
Have you ever heard of anybody beating the shit out of somebody on a plane and walking off to tell about it?
I think the guy apologized for messing with Tyson because the guy was messing with Tyson, I think, right?
No, he's going to sue him, dude.
He's going to sue him now?
Yeah.
I heard that it was cool, that they squashed it.
I don't know.
I'll have to dive into that one again.
I was just very shocked that they didn't arrest him.
Yeah, you would wonder about that. All the arrests you see on planes for just yelling and screaming.
I mean, recently there was
if that was you or I with longer hair, which I have it now too. Okay, and we're white, we would have been arrested. There's no doubt about it.
It's funny because recently they didn't allow this Instagram model, but she's it's horrible. She has like 22-pound boobs, and they didn't let her on the plane.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know why. I didn't really do a deep search because this lady just looks crazy.
Was it?
Maybe it's because like they I don't know, but maybe because of the shirt she was wearing was exposing them or something.
Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, if you got 22-pound boobs,
where are you gonna hide them? Was that the reason? We have to do a deep dive on that one now, Joe. People are scrambling on the internet right now. I know Seth is looking at these googling.
I'm being very careful. So many politicians have been brought down by Howard Stern by saying a wisecrack. I was going to say 10 things to what he just said about that 22-pound thing, but I'm like, if I say something and these people are listening to your podcast, tape what I said, and they're going to use that next time I run for office.
Are you going to run for office again, or what are you doing?
Well, I think right now, I have a social media influencing company. So I tend to swing political races. So, I'll pick a candidate, that I like, and I'll offer my services. I don't just take money from anybody. And I work specifically for conservatives that are running against, another conservative in a primary. And then if that person wins, I'll help them run against the Democrat. And it's kind of cool. You know me. I built a pretty big social media empire with that Facebook, I have 386,000 followers, and I reach between 7 million and 70 million people a month.
Okay, here we go. An Instagram model has claimed that she was kicked off a flight because of her appearance and her 22-pound breasts. The 25-year-old model from Toronto, who goes by the name of Mary Magdalene,
Wow.
claims that she was told to leave the plane before it took off to Dallas, Texas. On her Instagram page, Magdalene shared several posts about the incident which dehumanized her. She wrote, "I was kicked off the flight for how I look. Please stop discrimination. Please. This is disgusting. I feel so embarrassed and dehumanized right now. You guys have no idea." And then the influencer added in another post, "Obviously, this is why she kicked me off the flight. I am too explicit, and that's not legal. She has to say because I was sleeping and I wouldn't hear her. Oh, I'm going to sue you." Wow.
So basically, she must have been really showing them off, huh?
Oh, my God. You got to see this picture. Oh.
You see what I was talking about?
Oh.
Yeah.
That's awful. You know what? Wow. Joe, have you seen the picture of her?
Of who?
This Mary Magdalene.
No, text me it.
Nope.
You don't want nightmares.
That's funny.
She says that the point of what this is, the same rules will need to apply to everyone. It's not right to pick and choose who the rules apply to based on body type. If a small-chested girl wore the exact same thing, they wouldn't say nothing. Wow. She's very angry.
So basically, but the thing is, she was basically, exposing her skin on it.
Yeah, she's all tatted up.
But there's no way that you cannot keep that exposed.
It's all tatted up. One boob has like a spider web areola. The other has some kind of a areola tattoo thing going on there.
Oh, so she was actually naked?
No, but she has tattoos that are just really... I don't know how to...
It's just so big.
Yeah, it's just in your face.
I mean, but was her breast completely covered?
The basic parts, yeah. The most of the, yeah, sure.
Oh, but a lot of it was exposed.
No, you can see her boob meat. The meat of her boob. How would you say it?
Boob plastic?
The boob plastic, whatever you call it, plastic. You can't see the nipple or the areola, but she has a tattoo of a spider web on one side, which would kind of constitute an areola in an artsy way, I guess. I don't know. I think she's.
So I bet you she's going to succeed in that lawsuit.
Oh yeah, she'll win.
There's no doubt about it.
She'll win, but
I mean, but that's the thing though. Like, how can you not like? They're just so big. Like, there's just like how like you can't. How does she even fit? And how do you even sit on a plane? First of all, that's what. But I don't know. Yeah.
she won't need a flotation device if they sink.
Oh, definitely. She'll definitely sue.
That or her lips will help her.
Her lips and her boobs are huge. Wow. I don't understand why people would go that far with that though. It's too far. Like Michael Jackson, he went way too far. He took his nose off. His nose actually came off.
Wow.
Yeah, remember that?
Did you ever see the South Park episode where his whole body starts falling apart?
I love South Park.
I've watched every episode just about. It's the only thing that kept my sanity when I was running for office. It reminded me actually of a lot of politicians, half the people that were in those things.
Yeah, that's a great show.
What's your favorite one?
I don't know. I don't really have a favorite one. It's just like recently the COVID ones were hilarious. The COVID
I
ones.
like the one where Cartman fakes Butter's death and hides him so that he could go to Casa Bonita. And he gets there, he's all greedy, and he runs to all the different rides knowing he's about to ready to get arrested.
That's hilarious.
And he's like, you ever see how the princess, the pumpkin, and everything becomes a chariot. She only has a certain amount of time to see the prince. It reminded me of that a little bit.
I'm just playing with the cameras here now. We have too much fun here. There we go. That's a good shot.
You could definitely spend a lot of time. There's a lot of places that are not following the ADA laws. I'll tell you right now, man.
Yeah, like I said, police stations really piss me off. So we're going to be doing that. We're taking the wheelchair to a police station, and we're going to go down those steps.
Well, I guess that kind of shows that maybe people don't get arrested a lot with wheelchairs. Maybe.
Hey, you know what happened? I just gave the ramp that we were going to use in Brielle to the Bayonne Park. We're going to have to get another ramp for Brielle.
Oh, you actually buy them, huh?
Yeah, we need to. Yeah, because you know what? I'm like, we don't have a ramp now for a big ramp, and we were going to go down the ramp in Brielle to make a video, so we have to buy another ramp.
But the one at Brielle needs a longer ramp, right?
They need a big. Well, it would have to be another 8-footer, a big one like that. And we'd have to set it up.
And I think they're very cocky about it too, because they're a government entity and they don't have to pay the money themselves. If you go to a business, they shit their pants. If you say, "Oh, I'm going to report you to ADA," a lot of businesses I noticed complied to you guys. They changed it, right?
Oh, some, a couple didn't.
Then they're probably politically connected, but that's a false sense of security because, if ADA does come down on them, that'll be a lot of money they'll have to pay.
Well, these businesses are grandfathered in. That's the problem, and they don't have to do anything. Bayonne needs to pass an ordinance.
Oh, it's a historical buildings, right?
They're older. They're built before ADA, so they can be out of compliance.
That's bullshit.
I know. At this point, yeah. I'm done.
Unbelievable.
I'm done with these ignorant people. So, Joe, how can people reach you? And do you have a website or a way for people to reach you?
So, yeah, they can go to joeyrullo.com, and then they can go to Joseph Rudy Rullo on Facebook. I have 386,000 followers. Did you see any of my Conservative Night Live shows?
Yeah, what's that about?
Dude, what I do is I basically take a character like Fauci. You want to hear me do Dr. Fauci?
Go ahead.
All right, ready? All right, let me get my... You guys talk to me and ask me questions.
Hold on.
Like you're a reporter.
Yeah, wait. Yeah, let me speak to Dr. Fauci, please, because yeah, we're done with you, Joe. I want to speak to Dr. Fauci, and we have questions for him. So please, Dr. Fauci.
Yes. How can I help you?
Dr. Fauci, do I still need to wear this mask or what? What's going on?
You know, they ask me, is one mask better than two? You know, and I always tell them, you know, of course two masks are better than one. Who's on first again? Anyway, go ahead.
Dr. Fauci, do you have a patent on some of these vaccines?
You know, that's what everybody says. You know, this Trump guy is taking shots at me from the right, and Biden, you know, his people are taking shots at me from the left. I'm just trying to do the right thing for the American people here. You know, I'm a doctor. Okay, I'm the Dr. Fauci. You understand? I'm the Dr. Fauci. And what I try to do is I try to help the people. That's what I'm about, the people. And I'm a pharmacist. So I don't understand your question.
What kind of viruses does sex with monkeys cause?
Well, in particular, I guess you would say the monkeypox. Right now, we only have one case in particular areas. We're not really considering that to be like a mutant. You know what I'm talking about? The mutant variant. The variant that scares everybody. This is not the mutant. This is not a situation. The monkeypox isn't like the mutant.
Dr. Fauci, how big is your needle? Do you have a special needle that you give to people, and how big is it?
Well, you know, it's been a long time, Lefty, since I've done any type of medical procedure. What I specifically have done over the last 20-somewhat years is I've worked for these politicians, like, for example, for Trump, you know, Donald Trump, the president that was in before Biden. I'm a professional, what they would call the social elite of the medical community. That's my job right now. I don't really deal with any kind of needles. I'm kind of afraid of needles, you know what I'm saying?
Dr. Fauci, when you wear this white lab coat, underneath I hear you're naked, but except for boxers or briefs. You wear boxers or briefs under that?
Well, let me tell you something. You know, the media made me like a really sexy guy. They said I was a good-looking guy. You know, I like that kind of stuff, you know. It just makes me really happy that these women out there, they think that I'm a gray fox, if you will. You know what I'm saying? But it's really a business what kind of underwear I wear there, Lefty.
All right,
Dude, I'm telling you, when I first started doing that, and again, that's conservativenightlive.com. That's my website. If you want to trip out, it's really funny, some of them. But, like, I started doing it, and I thought people were going to say, you know, don't quit your day job. And people were like, wow, you're really good. I thought they were kidding me at first. And then I did Governor Cuomo when he got, you know, busted for sexual assault. And then remember when Bruce Springsteen got the DWI? I actually put a bandana on, dude, and I had like a guitar, and I was acting like Bruce Springsteen, and I was singing "Drunk in the USA." And then my most recent one is Kim Kardashian's boyfriend. What's his name?
Pete
Davidson. You know how he bought a ferry in Staten Island. That one's hysterical. You should watch that one. I put a hoodie on
in the
USA. Some gray hair hanging out.
Yeah, I want to sing "Drunk in the USA" with you.
I was drunk in the USA. I was drunk in the USA.
See, you put a lot of time into that.
Dude, if you watch that video that I did on that one, the one that I did on him,
I love it.
it's hysterical.
I love it. That's
I was going, I was driving my motorcycle, and all of a sudden the law came up to me. All I was doing was having a little shot of gangrene. I was like acting drunk, and I had like a shot glass, and I was acting like I was taking a shot, and I put the shot, like the water, all over my face and my body to make it look like I was drunk.
Hold on, we got a fire. We got a fire.
You what?
We got a fire. Hold on.
We had a little car accident. Most dangerous intersection.
Yeah, that's all we have to do is we don't need a smoke.
I think the wagon. Is the wagon burning? No.
Hold on, I'm trying to get the camera up. I'm having issues here. Sorry.
Yeah. You know what's scary? I could probably impersonate my next opponent when I run for office.
That'd be pretty funny.
Have a debate actually against my opponent if he won't show up to the debate, and like put on a different, like, you know, have like a quick outfit to change back and forth, like let the people even see that I'm changing into this other person. I have a debate back and forth with this person.
I'm smoking a joint inside of a car. Hold on. Hold on. You can see it now. Oh, no, you can't. Shit. Hold on. Now you can see it.
Do you know what's funny? If you Google Conservative Night Live, guess what shows up now on Google?
Ooh, what?
Ready? Saturday Night Live literally like paid all this money to shut me out so that nobody could see my shows.
Jeez.
So if you Google Conservative Night Live, all that shows up is Saturday Night Live. Tell me that's not big business.
Yeah, we're shadow banned here ourselves. We understand that. We get that.
That's funny. Probably because marijuana is still federally illegal, and that's what Facebook does.
So, Joe, during our show, have you ever heard me, like, what I usually hang up on people when I ask them a question. You ever hear me do that?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It just doesn't get old, man. It doesn't get old.
You became so good at this art that you can even just tell them straight up. You know that bam.
You know this game where I hang up on people? Yeah. Oh, if he has something to say, he can call back. But I think we're good. We got to move on. We have other calls to make. This is not staying. Didn't fix this right. Are you going to pass that to me? Because I want to get the right camera angle. I think I got the right camera now. Okay. Try to keep it this side so it doesn't hit the cars.
Yeah, it just pulls to the right a little bit.
And it does pull. It does pull. You got to give it a lot of juice. Oh. Hello, you're on the air. Oh, shit.
Yo. Lefty.
Perfect.
Did you see that?
Mikey would be proud.
That was
Lefty.
That was good. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Uh-huh. Hi, Seth. What's up, buddy? Hey, there's weed in the back of this truck.
Yeah. There's still some there.
You couldn't hear me, Seth? I don't think you could hear me.
Yo. You hung up?
You couldn't hear us?
So nice.
That's a good one. Let me get Rullo off here. Hold on. I have to engineer and do other things here. Hold on. Nope, that's not it. Where is it? I got to get rid of this. There it goes. Oh, man, I'm not doing this right today. There we go. Let's get Chris on camera. This is the best camera right here to pass it back and forth. I love this. This is fun.
We need like a stand.
Yeah.
Make like a little stand for them.
It reminds me of those really big hub what are those called? The hubcaps with the extended
Yeah, down in
forks.
Texas they do it.
That's ridiculous. And they're all messing their cars up. Aim. Oh. That was a good one.
That was getting more accurate.
Wow, that was really good.
It's kind of like the Rio Bayonne roads. They're all uneven, so, you know.
All right, so speaking of this truck, we're gonna trump this truck. We're trumping the truck out.
Yeah, we definitely need like Jorge Masvidal in there.
I'm sorry, that was weak. That was so weak. Oh, I wonder if Mikey's watching us right now. All right, let's find this number. This is gonna be fun. If I can find this number. I have it here. I have like 4 numbers for Haney. Let me find the right one. Oh, here we go. I think this is it.
Hello?
William Haney.
Speaking.
It's Lefty Grimes. How are you?
I'm hanging there, Lucky. I'm going through a bunch of bullshit with therapy, but other than that, I'm hanging in.
Oh yeah, what's going on with therapy?
Pardon me?
What's happening in therapy?
I'm going to try to increase the volume. Hold on.
Therapy?
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah. So, there's a lot of bullshit going on up in here. Basically, the therapy here is a scam.
A scam?
Yeah. Because if we need therapy, you get better, you can leave. If we fuck with your therapy, then it makes it impossible for you to be able to leave.
Well, William, we're live on the podcast, and I got a surprise for you. It's a very good surprise. We're going to use your flags. And if you see our podcast, we have a miniature city here. We've been doing a lot of activism, and we built a diorama, and we have a lot of cars and people and buildings. And we're going to make a pickup truck, and we're going to put your flags on the back of the pickup truck. How's that sound?
What's that?
You
You're
understand?
get a pickup truck.
A pickup truck with your flags, a little baby pickup truck with your toothpick flags, the indica,
Okay.
the indica flag we're going to use, and it's going to be like a trumper truck. You ever see those trumper trucks with the flags on the
Like fun.
with the flags on the back, like for Donald Trump? USA, USA, USA. That you ever see those?
That's funny.
We're making. And we're going to use your flags. We're going to use your flags. So I have a couple. Jim Miller's going to give me a couple, and we're gonna talk about your flags and why you made those flags and what you're doing, and we're going to try to help you out a little bit.
Yeah, but I don't have any toothpick flags with the red, white, and blue.
I think Jim Miller has some. I found 6.
He has Jim Miller has the toothpick flags that are
He does.
black,
Oh, the black and
red,
white. Chris,
yellow, green.
what color are those over there? They're right in front of you, onto your right in front to your right. That piece of paper.
Red, white, and blue.
Red, white, and blue. We have a red, white, and blue ones.
I don't have any.
I have 6 red, white, and blue ones.
Okay.
So we're gonna use those, I think, and we can make we'll make that work.
Okay.
So yeah, that'd be cool. So how the nurses treating you?
Pardon me?
How are the nurses treating you?
They're trying to treat me okay. I mean, the biggest hurdle is with therapy, and right now they have it set up where an aide walks me with a walker, but I still need the therapy on the shoulder to be able to push me out of the chair.
Right.
And that's the issue. You know what I mean? So I had it going on with therapy. I was crying and screaming and yelling like a junkyard dog in November of 2021. I said, listen, I've been here over a year, and you've done little or nothing to help me with my shoulder. Well, then the one therapist said, what we're going to do is we're going to let you, because of your determination, we're going to let you come down to therapy Monday, Wednesday, and Friday and work out. And we're not going to contact your insurance. And I sat there and I thought to myself, the only reason that you would say anything like that is that you're hoping I don't report you. That's what it sounded like to me. Anyway, I was going down to therapy Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. In January, February, March got shaky, April got shakier, and May got shakiest. Basically, what ended up happening was I went down to therapy about 4 weeks or so ago, and they were telling me, Big Boss said you can't come down here by yourself anymore. You gotta have somebody else come down here, la la la. And I was thinking, you know what? They're fucking with me because, they're getting ready to set it up for an aide to let me walk with a walker, and then they're going to use that as the exit. And that's exactly what they did. They used that to exit me from therapy. So right now I'm in the process of getting my medical records and the records from therapy. I don't know if I can find an attorney who would be willing to take it on as malpractice, but I definitely have the information to take it on as neglect. And neglect doesn't equal malpractice.
Are you
That's pretty fucked up when you think about it. You know what I mean? So what I did was I got with a nurse who wrote up an evaluation paper saying that I'm having a hard time feeding myself with my right arm, and it's getting weak. And they claimed that they observed me eating, and I was fine. And then I was thinking if they were observing me eating, then they were watching me eat with the left arm, and were watching me eat with the right arm. So, this last week weekend, I got a nurse. She came in at the same time that they were bringing me supper. So I said, would you be kind enough to observe me eating? I said, no, I would do that. So anyway, she observed me eating, and what she noticed was if I steered anything with my right arm, I had to transfer it to the left arm to bring it up close to my mouth and then transfer it back to my right hand and put it in my mouth. So I was doing more steering of the food with the left arm and then getting it in position to transfer to the right arm to eat. That's fucking ridiculous. So anyway, she put that information in the computer and it's now on my chart. So the woman who wrote the paperwork up originally for the evaluation, she's like a shift supervisor as well, and they call them a manager. In any event, she observed me eating and came up with the same conclusion and added the note to the computer. So now we have two people who are witnesses to the fact of what I'm saying, opposed to the one woman in therapy who's claiming no. It don't look good to them.
Now, traditionally, you had a bad right arm, though, right? Like your right arm.
Well, it's the shoulder, lefty.
Right.
And what I've been claiming all along is if we can strengthen the shoulder and the right arm, preferably under the armpit, then I can generate muscle mass and strengthen that to be able to push my hand on the armrest of the wheelchair and hoist me up on my foot. You know what I mean?
Now, cannabis helped you a while back. You think?
Yeah, well, and cannabis continues to help me. I bake in here when I can. And I get the help that I need when I bake. But I still need to be able to strengthen the right shoulder.
You probably need some.
A little heads up. They call the arm the crane.
The what?
The reason they call it the crane is because you can put your thumb with your fingers and your hand looks like the fucking scoop. On a crane. And then the operator of the crane would be your shoulder. And that's why they call your arm the crane in therapy. Makes sense to me.
Okay.
Does it not?
Now that you put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, with the wrist of the hand, if I put my thumb in the middle of my fingers and I turn it over, looking at the knuckles, it looks like the fucking scoop on a crane.
Like a backhoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
You know, and because of the hand going up to the elbow and then the elbow going up to the shoulder, that makes it the crane look.
Isn't there a song like that? elbow's
Pardon
connected
me?
to the arm bone. The arm bone's connected to the hand bone. I know. I'm old like you. I remember that shit. Chris is looking at me like, what the hell are you talking about? Yeah, we had songs like that. What's it? The knee bone's connected to the neck bone.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, you went through the entire body.
I want to find it. All right, I'm going to find it now, just for Chris, because he's like looking at me like I'm out of my mind, which I am, but I am right about this. There is a song. What's the name of that song, Haney? The knee bone's connected to the... What's it called? How do I Google that?
To the hip bone.
What? Here, help me out here. Hold on. Hip bone? Oh, I didn't set that up. I didn't set the shot up. Darn. I got to get you to see this because you know what? If you saw this, you'd be like, hey, switch the camera. So we'll have to raise this up, I think, higher so you could see it.
Well, I got my email.
Oh, hold on. I'm going to find this for you. What was I looking up? Now I'm so stoned. See, I didn't set that camera up. Jeez, I'm a mess here. See, I'm trying to play and I'm trying to engineer at the same time. So
Hello?
hold on. I'm sorry, Haney. Hold on. I'm looking up hip bone, neck bone song. Hip bone song. I'm not crazy. Hip bone song. Skeleton dance. Thigh. Oh, here it is. Thigh bone. This is it.
Yeah.
Is this it? Is it called Dem Bones?
Then, yeah, you got the thigh bone, you got the knee, you got the calf bone.
I think this is it. It's red. Who is this?
If you ride.
Oh my God! Enough commercials on YouTube, please. Who's making money off this song? We're gonna get muted for this.
Dem bones, dem bones, dem. Dry bones, dem bones.
Is this it?
Dem bones, dem.
Is this it?
Dry bones, dem bones.
I think it is.
Dem bones, dem. Dry bones. Now shake them.
Can you hear this, Haney?
skeleton bones. The toe bones connected
Yeah.
to the foot bone.
Needs a hardcore beat.
The foot bone's connected to the ankle bone. The ankle bone's connected to the leg bone. Now shake them skeleton bones.
Oh my God! This is.
The leg bone's connected to the knee bone. The knee bone's connected to the
Thigh bone.
The thigh bone's connected to the hip bone. Now shake them skeleton bones. Them bones, them bones, them. Dry bones, them bones, them bones, them. Dry bones, them bones, them.
I'm too high for this.
I love it. Now shake them skeleton bones. The hip bone's connected to the backbone.
All right, it's not my favorite version, but that's the gist of it. The song's been covered by a.
That's funnier than shit.
Oh man. I just yeah, I get it now. Completely get it now.
We'll do a deep dive on that song later.
Yeah.
We'll listen to the Spanish version and the German version and
Oh,
the
jeez.
Japanese version and every version we can find. All right, let's do that now. Why waste time? Let's see. Dembone's Japanese version. I bet there's one.
Gotta do like Korean.
Okay, oh, yeah, Korean. Okay. Let's see. Dem Bones. Korean remix? How about a Korean remix? It doesn't say Korean. By Keto and Stretch. Who's this? All right, hold on.
The phalanges connect to the tibia. The tibia is connected to the.
Sounds like you, Lefty.
Hey, is this me? Was this the other night?
Is connected to the vertebrae. The vertebrae is connected to the mandible. The mandible is connected to the cranium.
No. That's not Korean either. How about remix? Dem Bones remix. Let me do a mashup or remix.
Hello?
Yeah.
We done.
I'm trying to find this song. Hold on. Delta Rhythm Boys. Here, how about this one? Can you hear this? Can you hear this, William?
Easy go connect to them dry bones. Easy go connect to them dry bones. Easy go connect to them dry bones. Now hear the word of the Lord. Well, you
I like this version.
Huh?
I like this version.
This is different.
Yeah, I like this.
connected to your foot bone. Your foot bone connected to your heel bone. Your heel bone connected to your ankle bone. Your ankle bone connected to your leg bone. Your leg bone connected to your knee bone. Your knee bone connected to your thigh bone. Your thigh bone connected to your hip bone. Your hip bone connected to your backbone. Your backbone connected to your
Goes up.
shoulder bone.
Going up.
Your shoulder
Build
bone
up.
connected to
It's a
your
build up.
neck bone. Your neck bone
It's a build
connected
up.
to your head bone. Now hear the word of the Lord. Them bones gonna walk around. Them bones gonna walk around. Them
Yeah, this is way better than the other one.
Yeah.
Walk around now, hear the word of the Lord. Disconnect them bones, them dry bones. Disconnect them bones.
What's this song about?
Dry bones.
Disconnect them
bones.
bones.
Dry bones. Now hear the word of the
Lord.
Well, your head bone connected from your neck bone. Your neck bone connected from your shoulder bone. Your shoulder bone connected from your backbone. Your backbone connected from
wow.
your hip bone.
Go down.
Hip bone
Oh, we're going down now.
thigh bone.
good.
Your thigh bone connected
Well, this is really good.
knee bone. Your knee bone connected from your leg bone. Your leg bone connected from your ankle bone. Your ankle bone connected from your
Yeah.
heel bone.
Lower.
Your heel bone connected from your
One more.
foot bone connected.
Oh, yeah.
from your toe bone. Now hear the word of the
How is this not
Lord.
remixed?
Them bones, them dry bones, them bones, them
All right, how is this not a techno remix somewhere of this song? Come on.
I like that.
Delta Rhythm Boys. Dem bones. Dem dry bones. William, could you hear that?
Yeah, there's probably so many different variations of that tune. It's pathetic.
The Haney bone. What's the Haney bone connected to? Is there a Haney bone? The Haney bone. I didn't mean it like that.
Well, anyway, I was thinking from the hip bone. I was looking for the connection for the spine.
Oh, I'm a mess back there.
But I was just thinking about the connection from the hip to the spine to be taken all the way up to the body, to the collarbone, and then,
Mikey just walked.
to be able to run it through the entire body.
Well, the hip bone's connected to the thigh bone.
Thigh bone's connected to the pelvis.
The bone.
That was awful.
I'm looking at what can we connect above the waist.
Above the waist, it would be the.
Yeah,
The belly
because
button.
Once you can tap into the spine, you can run the whole gambit.
You got ribs.
You know what I mean?
The spine
and
is
the spine is connected to the collarbone, and then your shoulder, and and then the neck going up to the head, you know what I mean?
the spine is like the mycelium of the human.
You know, so to be able to have those connections for the whole entire body, I don't think that song is out there. I'm just But then they don't talk so much about that, going up to the rest of the body, to the collarbone, across the collarbone.
What about the feet? The feet have a lot of bones.
You know, but the foot is like a compound bone. And that is exactly what's going on with the rotator cuff. The rotator cuff is one compound bone.
I had a bad one too.
And, you know, you try to move it the best you can. And as I try to do it, I can hear bone on bone.
Ow.
Trying to move it.
I know.
because
I get that too. It's either cartilage, ligaments, or bone on bone.
Bone on bone.
It's disgusting. My arm moves when I know, William.
You get bone on bone, Lefty?
It's disgusting. I hate it.
I get a little squeaky noise.
You get a squeak?
Yeah, it's like a little squeak.
God.
Oh, it's the worst.
as long as you continue to try to use it,
Yeah.
to try to work
Yeah.
the shoulder with the bone on bone, the noise gets less and less through the movement, because as you move it, it gives the body fluids a chance to get back where they're supposed to be, so you can move it and it doesn't make any fucking noise at all.
What's up with the squeak, Chris? What does the squeak feel like?
I don't know. Like it's like I don't know. It's like weird. It's like if I like move a certain way, and like I
Does
can
it
like
slip at all, or
yeah, it kind of sounds like a ee like it's
Yeah.
weird.
it is weird.
Yeah. It's
Like
not-
I kind of feel it too, but like I don't know how to explain it. Like
it's just a rubbing. It's like
yeah,
little-
it's like a rubbing.
bones are rubbing.
Yeah, something's rubbing.
I got spurs. There's like jagged edges banging into each other like a gear,
Nice.
but a bad gear, a broken
Ow.
gear.
Ow.
It sucks. That's the least of my problems, though.
Yeah.
But thanks for reminding me about that pain. Appreciate that. Now
Yeah.
yeah. Good pain. Good talk.
All my pain is above my shoulders,
Oh, neck pain. I got that too.
above my neck.
Jesus, William. Well, at least William, you can get a sponge bath every night.
Sometimes I do, and sometimes I do not. There's a sponge bath once in a while, and they run out of fucking towels, and they try to use the towel to wet the end, and then run out.
Oh no,
That doesn't work.
No,
no, that's different.
That's not the
That's
same.
very different.
I used to look forward to that. That was like the one thing you look forward to, and a warm one too, not a cold sponge bath, a warm,
But with a nice sponge.
and a big,
not a
big-
towel.
a big yellow one.
One of the big yellow tile ones that they use when they're making tile bathrooms and stuff. That's what you need. You got to get all up in there.
Get up in there. You feel so much better after.
Yeah.
It's those little things in life. Like when I get up in the morning, I take a shower, a hot shower, and I do a stupid yoga pose. You'd probably all laugh at me for doing it, but it helps. I'm in the shower, knees and elbows.
We're not laughing.
Knees and elbows on the ground, and I do it all the time, and it helps. It feels good. I hope I got one of you guys to do it. Maybe.
I'll get my face on the floor.
What? It helps. But yeah,
I can't get back up.
I can't get up. Really?
I won't be able to get back up.
Oh. You don't have
But yeah.
bars?
Yeah, nah, I don't have them. But like, that's the thing too, though. Like, but even then, I like steam up the shower, like just hot water.
You can't get up because of your pelvis still
Well,
being
I probably
compromised?
I can get up, but the thing is, like, if I do get up, I'm just worried about the slipping in the tub.
True.
That's why I don't really,
Yeah.
because like it's a lot of weight that's being not off balance and not really controlled. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I don't really do it. But like,
Well, what do you normally do? You take a shower or you take baths usually?
just hot showers.
Yeah.
Hot showers.
Me too.
Like steaming hot. Like by the time I get out, I'm like sweating again.
I got to get you a bar of Lush soap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. This is what you do with your friends. You turn them on to good things.
How am I going to pass this to you, Mikey? I'm going to have to go over on the Avenue C here.
Yeah.
How does this work?
We're doing a dab pass.
Clear the street.
Clear the streets. Dabs are coming through. What? What? Oh my God, that was perfect.
Hold on, I have to bring you the dabs. All right, so, Chris, can you send me the Haney's red pickup truck that we're gonna trump out?
The trumper truck.
We're gonna trump out this truck.
A couple nugs in the back there.
All right, I'm gonna send this to you now.
I need the slick. Oh, yeah, okay. You're already on top of it.
This will be a tough one.
Might catch the cop car. Ooh, nice, Lefty. Nice.
This is fun.
I just got an oil spill on the pavement.
Oil spill!
Oil spill.
Now we need a cleanup crew.
This is real. This is real.
Put some sand on the fucking.
Here, you can put some of these
Flakes on top.
yeah, sand.
Mikey, look at this one. I want to show you. This is one I wanted to show you.
Oh wow,
That's so cute.
wow.
Show that to Chris too. He didn't see that yet.
Lefty's got a car with the engine exposed. This is gonna be perfect for Herbie's repair shop.
Yeah.
Come on,
It's
come on. Look at that.
I
Chris.
think I've seen a couple of these around town too.
yeah. None of the others do that. I don't think. Although I didn't try all of them.
Yeah, so that's definitely going in Herbie's repair shop, and that's gonna be worked on.
Jesus. Super cool.
I love the sewer and the smoke idea, Chris. I love that idea so much. I think it's a great idea.
So William,
Yeah.
you have no problem getting like cannabis? You can just use cannabis whenever you want, or did they give you a hard time about it?
Well, I gotta do it incognito because you have people in here that want to report
Oh, jeez.
what's going on, so they think that they're important.
A couple Karens.
It's a shame. It's a shame the way people think and what they do to think they can advance themselves on somebody else's behalf.
What if you had a cannabis card? Would that help you?
I don't know if it would or wouldn't. I've been thinking about it. I've been trying to figure out how I can do that. But I don't know whether or not they would recognize it. They can look at it, whether or not they would recognize it and add it to my list of medications would be a whole other ballgame.
That would make life easier for you if you had some oil added to your medication.
There's no doubt about it.
Come on.
There's no doubt
Why
about
not?
it, Lefty.
For real.
Are you kidding me?
Little daily RSO.
But because,
Well, that's the
you
same
know,
thing that's going on at the facilities that I'm talking about. It's the
It's
same.
the
It's the
same
same
shit.
And the fucked up part is right now.
There are a lot of doctors that don't want to recognize it.
Right.
Same problem with Joe Marie, if you remember, at the clinic in the place where she was staying
Yeah.
at in Brick. Same thing. The facility was having issues with recognizing or accepting the card for a patient there. She had a lot of
Well,
difficulties.
that's the thing with a lot of these places too. Also, is you can't even smoke a cigarette, so you can't even smoke there at all. There's like no smoking at all. You know, not even if it's cannabis, whatever it is it's not even allowed at all.
Yeah.
Right.
Gotta leave the
And
property.
and then for my friends, they have their medical card, and they they're not allowed to hold it there, and the transportation from that facility won't drive them to a dispensary, but they can get Access Link, and if Access Link, goes out there, then they can do that. But they still can't bring their cannabis to the facility, so they would have to go to somebody's house. It's a family member, friend's house that they can drop it off. So get that Access Link from the dispensary, go to that safe spot, and then in order to do that, even legally, they need to be your caretaker.
What a locker. Do they have lockers anywhere anymore?
But that's the thing; they can't have it on the ground.
Yeah, because even when
no, off premises in a locker somewhere. Like
they would take Joe's cigarettes too. Like if someone left her cigarettes and they found the cigarettes, they would take them and they'd throw them away.
well, they throw them away. The nurses would.
Well, they would take. I guess they would throw them away, but they'd take them from her. She'd always try to hide them, and they'd find them.
Yeah, see, at least, William, if you had a card, you can go out and medicate off premises and not have a problem ever. You know.
Because she would go in the courtyard. They have access to the courtyard over there.
Right.
So she would go in there and she would take puffs off the cigarette. Or the joint, whatever.
So one thing she wanted, she just...
And it made her feel better.
Made her feel better.
Made her
She's
feel
suffering.
better. You could see it. You could see the relief in her within a minute of her taking 2 hits. You could see it.
Well, that's the same thing with the my friends at the home too. It's like they use it to relax or whatever it is, or they're in pain. It's like, and most they don't even want to take the pills. They don't want they just they found that secondary, which is a better outlet for them.
That's what it's like. You got to imagine, like, is the facility even understanding that it's like, okay, well, this patient wants the medical marijuana, and they also want less of the pharmaceuticals. There's usually that combination that's taking place in that scenario.
Right. Yeah. And that's another thing. Like, how do we approach these places? How do we go about, to give them the access?
They're privately run. They're worried about protecting themselves. They're worried about legal issues.
Medicaid?
It becomes so much easier on their end from a legal standpoint to just say no.
Right. But that's the thing, too, though. Like, they also need to comply with, state laws.
Morally, yes. Morally, they should be complying with the health department and their recommendations, Morally, they're obligated, 100%. Legally, being that they're privately owned, they have that right to refuse anything or anyone for anything,
Yeah.
Yes.
And if you don't like it,
that's
shop
the thing,
somewhere else. That's how they look at it.
And that's the thing, too. I feel like they're not morally being pressured.
No, they're not. It's in their hands. It's in their hands. And they're actually not willing to help in those scenarios. They're refusing to help, which is ironic considering the facility that it is.
Right. And then that goes to say too, like, how much are they making off each sale of pills or each sale of whatever their pharmaceutical that they have?
Yeah, like we try to put pressure on the place in Brick in Laurelton. We had patients showing up on somewhat of a regular basis. And we tried to help her get the card. You know what I mean? Ultimately, we weren't able to get it for her because of the problems with the facility and some other complications, family issues. Some other complications.
So,
but we tried. We tried to put pressure on them. We tried.
That was unfortunate.
Yeah.
But Brian still goes to visit her.
Brian still goes to visit her. God bless his soul. Brian also has MS. That's what Joe suffers from.
Right.
Joe has the the PPMS, the version that never gets better. And that's what they share. They share that in common. And Brian still goes there. He goes there often, brings her lunch, some cigarettes, smokes her up, and she feels better. Mm-hmm. And she's definitely grateful to have that friendship that she has with Brian. Brian's a good guy.
So Haney's truck, it's the Trumper truck. But Haney's flags are going to be on this Trumper truck. We have some flags. Did I show? Okay, Chris, you have them. Show Mikey the flag, the stickers. We have to put 2 of them together to make that work.
It's a good size. It's a good size for it.
So if you look at the Trumper truck, it's perfect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can always probably possibly edit it too.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean?
If we need it,
Yeah, I can cut one of these and put the reversal on
it. Make it backwards.
Yeah, I can cut out the blue square.
Yeah.
And then just cut that.
Yeah.
Just do everything flipped. I'll put it on the other side of it.
And it's
perfect. I'll
make
one of them from this.
So there's 6, so we have to be careful. But
I'll get in the first shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't worried about it.
So, toothpicks.
I got it.
Are we gonna use toothpicks or something different?
For the flag stand
to
part?
stick it in the back of the pickup. Yeah.
Probably should have something with a little bit of arch to it because you know those jerks
that
are driving around. They get the arch because it's catching wind.
Yes.
So it's pulling a little bit. Yeah. It's got to be an arch.
It needs a metal piece of metal.
Yeah. A jerky little arch.
Oh.
Yep.
See, we need these conversations to happen. These are important conversations.
These are important details.
R&D conversations.
I love it. Haney, this is going to be the best Trump truck ever, and
It's like the best, the best ever.
We're going to have a Puerto Rican, a Spanish guy, not a Puerto Rican guy, no, a Mexican guy, or a black guy driving the truck, and they're going to be racist.
Yeah, whatever's mildly absurd, we're gonna do it.
Yeah, so they're going to have Trumper hats, like the MAGA hats, and they're going to be two racist guys, but a Spanish guy and a black guy. Racist for everybody.
Racist AF.
They just hate everybody.
They don't even know.
And they're going to say Harry Anslinger quotes in Spanish, and they're going to say horrible jokes.
It's going to be amazing.
And we're going to offend everybody.
Hopefully.
At once.
We're trying to. That's the plan. That's what we're setting out for.
And create awareness.
That's what we're setting our sights for. Create awareness and tap those nerve buttons. Tap them.
Just checking if you're human.
That's it. That's it. I want to make sure you got a heartbeat.
Yeah, what's that thing?
I'm
Reptilians are out here and stuff.
Oh, and they are.
Yeah, we just gotta make sure we don't tap into the reptilians.
That's it.
or overlords. Or reptilian overlords.
Yeah, I don't need see no shape shifting. I'm good on all that.
Yeah, so what else? Oh, so we're going to build another set on the other side, like here.
Fantastic.
Will be a set right here.
Fantastic.
With a little driveway.
It's fantastic.
It's going to be great.
Ridiculously awesome.
So, a couple of other buildings, like a police station. We need a police station. And we need a few things.
Yeah, we're going to do the Bayonne police station, right?
Bayonne police station, the side door.
Yep.
We'll walk in. We'll always go in that way. That'll be the way we always go in that way.
Always. Just bring attention to that entrance. That half of an entrance.
It's a very unique entrance with the ball lights. And
it's a halfie.
It's
a halfie.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect for our purposes.
The ball light. We'll have to light
lights.
that up. We'll light that up on the. Oh my God! That'll be the whole. That'll be it. Signature light. Done.
So happy now.
Oh my God!
You just
I
put
like
the cherry.
I like how that ding on the notification.
Perfect.
It's perfect.
The notifications even agree. It's wild.
Light, yes.
You know you got a good idea when the phone is jumping in on the conversation. Like, yeah do it. Yeah, because that'll look great. Big ball light. We don't have a ball light. That's gonna look cool. Gumball light.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I already know the bulb we can use for that.
Oh, real power? Real power?
Well, just like the battery one that I have, there's ones like that don't do a flicker. You know what I mean? You just put it in there, just turn a little button. Done.
A little ball?
Yeah.
Globe?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
man.
Globe light. That'll be cool. That'll be like all the little fixins it would need. Just boom.
Oh, man. See, Haney, we're going to go into different buildings. When you watch this podcast back, you can see what we're talking about. We're actually thinking about different buildings we can go into and make ourselves bigger, smaller, reality, animation. And what I like is when we're inside the building and back behind us looking out into the window, you'll see like the Trumper car pull up.
I love it.
The little one, but it'll be big. It'll be in the green screen. It'll be huge behind us. And they'll get out and they'll start yelling at us. You white maricon devil! Hey!
I love the idea of like the playing with the perspective. I think that's so cool.
So there'll be just two racist guys yelling at us, at us, and just making fun of us. They'll roast us. We should have them roast us.
That's perfect.
Roast.
As they're roasting us, we're getting roasted, and that's when the smoke comes out.
Yes. Dude.
Air pound.
Air pound. Boom, boom, boom. Jesus Lord.
Wow. We have to rewind this later because there's so many good ideas now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So write that one down. Oh, my goodness. Toast, roasted, and while we're roasting. Roasted.
It's going to be great.
This is going to be crazy. So we'll have a police station.
And it's going to be cool because, like, whatever's current, whatever, like, the newest mass shooting is that takes place or whatever, we're going to be able to tie into the current events, into the racial display
current events,
of these racists.
We can recreate scenes.
Yeah, we'll have to get some characters, and we'll have to,
we can recreate really, like, the next thing that happens, the next bad thing that happens, let's recreate it. Yeah. No matter what it is. No matter how horrible, how awful, and how many people are going to offend, whatever that is, let's create it here.
Yeah.
All right?
Diagram?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep.
Why? I don't know. We're just gonna do it.
Just because.
Just because it's art.
Yep.
We're arting.
Arting. I'm still thinking about that. Arting. Okay. All right.
Haney, do you have any more ideas for us?
No, I don't.
No, I'm just asking.
I'm sitting here trying to exercise my knee.
Oh, jeez. Well, say hi to your knee for me. Get it?
Okay.
Get it?
Haney.
Haney?
Haney.
Haney. That's a joke. Get it?
I heard the joke.
Did you get it? I know you heard it. Did you get it?
He's like, yeah, it was just
Nah, I
awful.
never got it.
Ah, jeez. There it is. See, you got it. You got it. All right, William. Well, you want me to just let you go exercise your knee, or you want to hang out with us for a while? We used to love.
Well, I got to. I'm trying to do some exercising in the bed here.
Okay.
So I got the knee going on. I can work the prosthetic.
All right. Well, hang out with us then.
And then I'm going to move to the shoulder.
Ouch.
One thing we got to do every time the trumper rolls up in the filming that we're doing is loud engine. That's his entrance noise, Like jerking. What a jerk.
Oh, my heart. You know how I love street noise?
Yeah,
we talked about street noise. We need that.
Yeah.
So it's like a diesel truck?
A Hemi.
Yeah.
So let's
And
make the diesel truck smoke.
This is, Thursdays.
I love Thursdays.
Maybe we could get the stag, like the back. In the back they got the big stack in the back.
That's what we're missing. The stack. The stack.
Yes.
The stack.
Yes.
The stack.
Yes. The stack.
And maybe we can even make that stack the portable joint holder.
Oh my
to pass
god!
around.
Oh my god! These ideas are just flowing. What? We're gonna hear this jerk from down the street. Oh. Fantastic, guys. Oh. Little kid excitement.
That pity.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to go. I'll talk with you later.
Sorry, I'm having a spasm. All right. Hold on. All right, William. I'm on the ground. I'm having a friggin' spasm. I need you to pull my leg like you used to.
I'll talk to you later.
Take care, William.
Bye,
Feel better.
William.
Take it easy.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow, we got some good ideas going.
Yeah.
Man, talk about an expansion pack. Come on.
It just keeps growing.
What?
Growing.
What?
All right, we need chairs. Next week. Oh, in 2 weeks, chairs. Black chair. The chairs from Hanover.
Yeah.
I can't do
No,
these.
that's what I was
Yeah,
trying to tell
my
you.
sciatica is like
I was trying
really
to tell
fuck
that to you right off the bat. You need a nice, comfy chair for yourself.
This is
That's the
terrible.
only thing he's missing.
Terrible.
Something that's not gonna. I mean, that's probably the worst chair you should be sitting in for a few hours.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
And all the shit I did today, I was out of my mind.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
going
So
crazy.
what happened today?
Oh, that ramp was heavy.
Did you what'd you do today, Lefty? Did you already talk about it?
We went to Morris Park, Dr. Morris Park, who was Bayonne's first black doctor, and they actually cut down all the trees in that park. And I was fighting for those trees over the years. And I was preoccupied with the trees because I didn't even realize they would put in a park without wheelchair access. I was shocked when I saw it. I was shocked. I couldn't believe it.
You missed that one, and when you were focused on. I remember when you were talking about them trees.
Those trees were a big deal to a lot of us, but I never knew there was an issue with ADA.
Yeah.
It's shocking, and it's 2 steps, and it's and there's things up on that 3rd level that are not on the other levels. There's a checker and chessboard thing, and you can't get up there.
You did that was last night. You went to Bayonne, the virtual thing, right?
Last night.
Yeah, you did a good job last night. That was a good job.
Thank you.
And they also, it sounded like they're on board with the fact that funds should be found for wheelchair access.
The fact that they rent space on their sidewalk, like it's $200 a year. If your wheelchair ramp comes out into the egress of the street. Like,
Yeah, no, you brought
what
up
the
you brought up a
fuck
lot
is
of
that?
good things.
Oh,
That's
Like-
that's the handicap.
The anti-insensitive.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Like it just.
It's a handicap tax.
Yeah, exactly.
what it
That's what I'm
is.
saying. It's like it's
Why are you getting taxed?
for trying to be helpful
You know,
for the less fortunate or for the less, you know.
and like you stated, what's more important, signage or wheelchair access? I mean, what is a sign at that point if you can't get in? Who cares?
stand out there and look at the sign. At least you can look at it from
Just
the outside.
look at
Well,
it.
the sign's outside, so you don't need to be inside to look at the sign.
I see.
So you're outside anyway.
So everybody gets it.
So you just, it's a sign. It's a
Right,
beautiful
there you go.
sign. I'm outside.
Enjoy it.
Yeah,
Enjoy
that's about
it.
it.
You don't need to get inside.
No,
Right.
that's about it.
Right. You don't have to be inside to enjoy the sign.
No.
Yeah.
So,
Do some window shopping.
Huh. That stinks.
No, we don't let your kind here. You can only window shop here.
what's our kind? Disabled people in wheelchairs.
Oh, we
You
don't
mean-
even want you window shopping.
No.
You mean squeegees? Yeah, go across the street.
Yeah, we don't want you window shopping because you're kind of pointing at the fact that you can't get in here.
Keep it moving.
Just keep it moving here.
Keep it moving.
Go down to the ramp over there.
It's like the what's the guy the U-Haul guy. Oh yeah, we don't rent to people because you're disabled
Yeah, yeah.
or you're in a wheelchair, so we can't rent to you. So yeah, you're in a wheelchair, we can't. You know.
Mark. That was fun the one time we protested him because I hadn't protested at his store before, and I was just calling him by his first name. You know, I've never met the man before in my life. I like that. You know, and so if someone's calling you by your first name and you've never even met them, that's definitely like, whoa, hold up. Who are you? It's getting a lot of personal enjoyment just because of
Yeah,
that.
if you do that around my friends and you know you never met, like, whoa, what are you covering me by his government for? Who the fuck are you, huh?
Yeah.
Yep. Where'd you get that name from?
Everything stops. Just about every setting, everything stops. It's like, what?
Yep.
You know you're wrong, Mark. Mark!
He's next. We have to go visit him. Oh, so here's the problem. You know what? I didn't think this through. So we gave Morris Park this huge 8-foot ramp.
Is that what you did today?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Gave it to him. The issue is now when we go to Brielle, we don't have a ramp to lay down, and I totally forgot that we had to lay a ramp down in Brielle. So we got to buy another ramp. I have to ask the board to pay for another ramp. They're gonna kill me.
How much is one of those ones? The one you need that's that size.
250.
It's for the big boy.
Yeah.
How big is that ramp?
I mean, if we do propose it, you know, it would be great if it would be one that's more lighter, more, you know what I mean,
I
more
can't move that thing.
more user friendly for
But
for these purposes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. But the thing is, that probably is the most user friendly.
Yeah.
I would say. I don't. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't
But
know.
yeah, I don't know. But come on, man. It's
That's a tough
You need
one.
some technology over here. Like
That's a tough ramp.
Yeah,
Man. It's heavy. You help. You
yeah,
did it.
It's
No, yeah,
It's heavy.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
Trust me, I know.
Hurt my back today.
You like, yeah. Even the one that I had, is that the one? I don't know. The one that I had, it was just.
It's even worse.
It was heavy, but it was a bulkier one. It was like
It was easier, I think, to put
It was easier to
one.
open.
It was just
yeah,
one.
it was easier to open, but it was heavy as. And the thing is, they had the
Yeah.
little things where you can just screw in like
That's
you
what
know.
it was. Yeah.
It splits into two, and you fold them, and then you can set up one by one, which is it's not all together.
so it's in kind of pieces, and then you put
It's like
pins
it's in
together,
two pieces. So like it's like the left track and the right track. You know what I mean? They can go in with pins. You know, line them up in the hole. Then you can undo them, and then they just fold in half, and you have two separate. They can half.
All right, so can someone donate us some money so we can get a ramp for Brielle?
Yeah, we definitely need a ramp
we
for
need a
Brielle.
ramp. We need a ramp for Brielle.
We do.
And that's coming up. And I can.
Oh, do you know what the day is for that? Because that's a weekday, right?
Yes.
Let me know what day that is, because I got to take off work that
Maybe
day.
it's meant for us not to do this month. Maybe it's meant for us to go next month. I don't know.
Well,
You know what I mean?
oh, why? Was it coming up? It's coming up?
It's coming up like next week, I think. And I can get the ramp. Hold on, let me check. Check shitbook. I hate Facebook. Oh, let's talk about the hate that I got from Patient Appreciation Day.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Can you believe that?
That's
just
Wait, what?
redid the whole thing when they.
So
What?
you
I
didn't even
didn't
know?
know.
Oh my
I
God.
don't know about this. What's going on?
So
okay,
funny.
so this is why we're going to talk about it.
So funny.
Who is
We're going to talk about it. So Lefty made a post, right?
I saw like 3 of them.
Yeah.
3 different ones
With the flyer
Yeah.
for the event, talking about Patient Awareness Day, bringing attention to the fact that it's Patient Awareness Day. He wound up getting all sorts of
3 people.
a whole bunch of people,
3 people. But a whole bunch of shit from 3 people.
a whole bunch of garbage from 3 people.
3 people.
About well, pull it up.
I'm going to try to find the one here.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
What's the resistance? Like what's
I think people look into. You know what it is? I think there's people who have industry, like recreational industry, wants, needs, hopes, desires, all that stuff. Patient Awareness Day, to some, is resists the recreational industry. I think that's what I'm gauging from the whole thing, because people were saying were upset that he would split it into 2 categories, where you have stoners and then you have patients or whatever.
Here.
The whole post is just bringing light to the fact that it's going to be a Patient Awareness Day. That's it.
Here's
Medical Marijuana Patients Day.
Yeah, and you could be a patient if you don't have a card. It's not about being a card holder. It's not. This isn't
Yeah,
like we're all
yeah,
part
yeah.
of a club and you need membership. That's not
Yeah,
what
no.
this is. It's bringing awareness to the fact that
If
patients.
you use it for medical values, for its medical values, or its medicinal,
Yeah.
use it medicinally, then yeah,
and the legality or all this stuff surrounding cannabis is just all, the laws keeping access back. I sometimes feel like the medical marijuana, like if we jump 100 years from now, I don't know what it'll look like in terms of how people perceive cannabis as medicine. Because you still get a lot of resistance from that. You get people who, the card, or whatever.
I'm
It's
just in shock that there would be any resistance to it, because anybody that uses the plant knows that there's recreational value and there's also medicinal values, as
right.
From shit, medicinal can go anywhere from mental health issues all the way down to pain just out of surgery. Like, it's not just for, you know what I mean? Like, it's just this is.
And speaking of mental health, I think and not trying to put anyone down. That's not what this is about. But when people are coming at him over a post like that, we don't know what's in their head. We don't know why they're doing that.
I know why.
Well, I mean, let's look at it.
Let's break it down.
Okay, let's break it down.
Pretty discriminatory. This is the post where I said,
Yeah, Patient Awareness
Patient
Day.
Awareness Day.
Pretty discriminatory. It's medicine for all.
Little quotes in there.
And I can't even afford regular health care, let alone that ridiculously expensive patient medical program. Pass. I also don't shop off black market, and I support home grow above all else.
Yeah, well, why are they even telling any of this to you?
All a post like this does is pit folks on the bottom against one another instead of those at the top, blocking your ability to even supply yourself with medicinal or herbal means. F- for this post.
Going for it.
Fight the dispensary in the state harder if you don't have enough supply, not your fellow green comrades.
Patient Awareness Day.
We're not taking anything away from the stoners. No,
Nothing.
Yes, I am. Taking it away.
No, it's not even like.
Taking the day back. We're taking the day back.
It's oil day.
It's oil day. But all use is medical. So there you go. All use is medical use.
yeah,
So
like,
let's do it like that way too.
You
Then
can do it that way too, but like
But
all right. Here's the thing too. If you think we need home grow, right? Then, like, why is Patience Day like an issue for you? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, let's be serious here. All right, now all those issues are all issues you fought about publicly. Each one of those you addressed fully for
years.
A long time, right? So it comes from a complete place of ignorance for somebody to highlight those issues that have already been tackled. You know, bringing attention to a Patient Awareness Day. I think it's pretty obvious. Like when the recreational industry is saturating everything, it's you know. And
here's another thing that just like really popped up to me just now. It's like, all right, so if you're not getting from black market, if you're not getting from dispensary, you're not growing it. So where is it coming from?
Yeah.
And talking about
confused.
like healthcare, it's a Patient Awareness Day. This is patient friendly. Patient friendly.
This is not only that, but like
right. You can't afford the health care.
This is a step to
Patience.
make it go. I don't want to say viral, but make it go noticed. You know what I mean? Like
this is
you
the time.
actually have a day.
Yeah.
And like it's like we're not trying to put back anybody. Everybody knows 420, and it's not even it's not even a legal day, right? It's not even recognized as a day or anything.
No, I don't think so.
No, so we're taking that step to make it a day, make it legit,
And this is the time to do it.
and
this is the time.
and to raise that awareness. You know what I mean? Like it's just it blows my mind because there's people that have passed away trying to get this message across, and now that we actually have, I don't even want to call it leverage because we have somewhat of that fight in us where we're just extra hungry and we want to make this a day, make this the day. You know, it's what other day? If I feel like I would be offended as the pothead side of me if we decided to take 420. You know what I mean?
It's a fair trade-off.
It's fair.
It's
you guys don't need. It's not even splitting or dividing. It's like listen, guys. We all know what this plant does. We want to raise awareness for patients.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's it. That's all it is.
That's all it is. And the story behind 420 is friends meeting up at a park to spark up.
Yes. Yes.
And for us, it's meetings anywhere, state house,
Right.
meeting at the state house and
Yes.
sparking up
Sparking
as
up.
patients.
Dabbing.
It's the same history, but just a different story behind the people. You know what I mean?
Fico.
It's just I don't know. We're not dividing anybody. We're if anything, we're putting weed on the map for a good reason, for medicinal use.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that you were catching crap over that.
F minus, Lefty.
F minus. No day of the year makes anybody more special than anybody else. Get over yourself. Coming from a medical patient, man-made holidays are a huge joke every day. You wake up as a holiday. Okay.
But I bet he still buys a turkey for Thanksgiving.
Edward, are you going to pay for the medical card appointments and the follow-up fees? I don't expect that, but if you could not knock us poors down a peg for big pharma profit, that'd be great. Thanks.
Wait, what? What?
This is the crazy lady.
Yeah.
We're actually trying to make it more easier.
It's
We
unbelievably
want
ignorant.
the health system or somebody to pick up some of the
Unbelievably
costs for
ignorant.
medical patients. That's the point of the day.
And isn't it? It's funny to have to do you have to explain that?
It's just in the name. Medical Marijuana Patients Day, the day where we get recognized, and you know, and
And you don't need a card.
Yeah,
It's not
no.
card holder day.
No.
Edward here is just letting the capitalists and pig brain damage him. I'm sure he didn't mean to discriminate against poverty. You get your medicine by any means possible. Don't let anyone tell you different.
It's all the same person.
Wait.
Rant over?
Wait. How are you? Wait.
What? This is yeah.
How are you discriminated against pores? How is that?
Out of like,
out of that post. Out of that. Yeah, it's out of. It's probably CIA or FBI or Ultra. What's the other Ultra? MK Ultra.
MK Ultra.
It's probably somebody who was triggered by a CIA agent. They trigger crazy people. They have crazy people working for them.
Sounds like the same people that say we got Lamborghinis and shit. We sold our souls.
So yeah. So I just deleted everything, and then she blocked me, and I blocked her back. And she did something where I couldn't find her to block her back, which never happens before.
Smooth operator.
She's got something going on where it took a little extra time to block her.
She got her crazy intact.
She's got a game going. She's got a crazy game on.
Nice.
But unfortunately, I have crazy game too.
Double down.
Double down on that crazy.
From my experience, that just sounds toxic.
But it's just it's.
Oh shit! Not again.
Fire!
Yes.
Fire!
Yes.
Fire!
I think that's great. I love it. This is real life. Where's the fire truck?
Oh man, that Jeep is gonna have a black pinstripe.
We're gonna have
I
potholes.
just keep hitting it.
We're gonna have potholes in the street.
I mean, you know.
Hey, the best part about it, like I love the oil stand that I'm looking at. It adds over time. These things are just adding. To
Yeah, I'm
what
excited to
winds up
see the
being
wear and
acidic.
tear.
Yeah,
Like, that'd be so
the
cool.
wear and tear works in our favor.
Yes,
It definitely
does.
works in our favor.
It does. There's oil spots here already. There's ashes that are leaving marks.
Those are from burnouts.
Get it? Burnouts. Get it?
Oh,
Get it?
that's a good one.
I can't wait to put little sneakers on one of the wires.
Oh my God.
That's gonna be great.
Oh my God. Don't you have little baby sneakers?
I have many little sneakers.
Like little teeny ones, like that size.
I don't know, but if I don't have the ones that are the right size, I'm certainly going to get them.
Oh my God.
I'll find it within one day.
That's the smallest sneakers
Little
ever,
little
bro.
baby sneaks. That'd be cute.
That's great.
I'd like to make them Converse, so that's where my thoughts are at.
All right. How am I going to send this to Mikey? I want to send this to. What do we have to do? I send it halfway.
Yep, halfway.
Yeah, is there any way we can achieve turns?
I don't know. Unless there's like some sort of guide or anything, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's what I was saying too. Maybe make like a slit for certain, you know what I mean? So like
We were talking about doing that for the entrance for the stairs, and using that as part of like an entrance to go in, and then do like the filming that we were talking about.
Our home base. Our home base could be inside there, or one of our home bases. Okay, is that it? Oh God, really? What's this?
If you need more patient support, you ask for support, and we would continue to give it. You don't segregate comrades! This is why New Jersey has no homegrown!
this is why.
This is why.
Do they not know you're trying to go like
Why are they? Why
Like,
him?
national with this? Like this is gonna be like multiple state houses in multiple states. Like how is that? How is that? That was awesome.
But to go after someone who fights for others, right? It's just a really shallow move, you know? Why? Why have you become a target all of a sudden for somebody's disrespectfulness?
It's always the crazy ones too.
Yeah.
The ones that I have a history with.
Yeah.
Like I always have a history with these people, and this one was I had this. This person was blocked already from my life.
That person I can tell you is a crazy.
I should have kept that person blocked.
They're crazy. And they know they are. They know they are.
So yeah.
I mean, we're all crazy, but it doesn't give you the right to start disrespecting someone and like just losing sight of the entire thing right off the bat. It's one of those things where it's like, just reread the post, look at it again,
Yeah.
reread the post, and ask yourself, is this the right approach?
Yeah.
Why are you attacking?
Just setting some narrative that just is not there.
No. And as if you don't support
Just throwing shit.
home grow.
Trying to see if it sticks.
You don't support poor people. It's a thing.
Don't hit the Jeep. Don't hit the Jeep. Anything but the Jeep.
Do hit the Jeep.
Oh, it turns. That one turns more.
Oh my God.
I gotta get used to these.
Yeah, it's nice when you get it, when you can get it down and you get it.
Yeah,
where you
Lefty
want
switched
to
it
go.
up on me. Or who? Somebody switched it up on me.
That does go to the right.
Yeah, that one pulls.
That's good if you need to know that for a reason. If you have to go around something, you know that. Okay, they can go around that with
Yeah,
that
you
car.
could, yeah.
That car can go around that. We could probably play a game with this somehow. Figure out a game. I don't know.
I'd love to figure out how to make it turn without having to do like too many alterations, you know?
That or maybe have like a string system.
Yeah, you need a string, fishing line.
Like,
ultimately,
like we could just throw, we can throw one car over. That'd be the anchor or whatever, right? And then like you got the string, and then the string hopefully. But that's the thing, like these wheels don't turn, so like it's gonna have to slide. Like,
it would be fun trying to get the right pull.
Yeah,
the right amount
Yeah,
of pull.
yeah,
Because if you were doing it, then we'd have the fishing line go around the telephone pole this way.
yeah.
You know?
I guess so.
And then when it comes up that way, try to, do
and
a
already
turn.
have them. Like you can have two pulls. Lefty, we should have two pulls over there, right? So we can use these pulls to kind of like turn them,
Okay.
and then attach them.
Yeah.
And then we just pick which one. We just all right. This one's going to Mikey. Boom. This one's going to Lefty. Or this one's going
Ultimately,
that way.
when there's a fourth guy there, what I really want to do, I'm dying to do it, is to just be running cars back and forth. Me and this guy, you and you, just running cars back and forth in the intersection. Smooth passes, maybe some hits,
Ooh,
couple
yeah.
accidents, whatever winds up happening.
Oh, lit joints getting into.
Never know. Might see Pelosi over there.
Oh yeah, Nancy Pelosi. Where's her car? It's him. Frank Pelosi's that's his name. Where's the hippie mobile?
Right here.
He's the anti-Trumper. We're gonna put flowers on that thing, and that's Frank Pelosi. Look, he came and dropped it. I hit
He
someone.
just hit that lady.
So funny.
Here's Nancy Pelosi.
Oh my God. Son, hitting the beetle. Oh shit. Oh shit. You're gonna have to open the door.
Whoa! Did you see her? That just took her off her feet.
Wow.
Yeah, you missed it.
I saw it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did. That was a good one.
I
That's
just
cool.
saw a body fly.
I saw the body flying.
She went like second story window.
We caught it on camera, I'm sure.
Oh, this one was locked and loaded already. Let me send this to you.
Nice.
Yeah, I have a hard time sending anybody anything because I have a long street here. Like I can't send sideways. Oh, is there a joint in here?
No.
Some of them are a little different, right? In terms of like the wheel, like how much you have to pull back and how much it
Yeah.
propels.
Some are more metal, and some are more plastic.
Yeah, some are more sensitive and
And the ones that have pull more on one side than the other.
yeah, it's nice that some of them do that. That will do that. Gives it character. Oh, that's going overboard.
Oh,
Whoa.
Nice.
I can't believe that.
That was nice.
He's hanging off the road.
Yeah.
Yep.
Smooth.
That was smooth. Yeah, so I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited about the Patient Awareness Day. I'm looking forward to that. It's gonna be fun, and it's a great cause.
I think it's great. I think Lefty, we should come up with maybe set up so we can probably send it to like News 12. Just send it out there, even if they, we already know they're not gonna really pay attention to it. So no feelings are gonna be hurt. Our feelings aren't gonna be hurt.
Hasn't stopped us
The only
before.
thing that we have nothing to lose, everything to win.
Right. I invited the CRC.
Right. Exactly. We know they didn't come to 420, and they're probably not gonna come to this one. But like, you know, if they just so happen one day to be like, you know what, that invite might just push them to say, yeah, let me go. You never know.
Gotta keep pushing them. Gotta keep pushing.
So maybe we should send them to News 12 or like, you know, send them to, you know, just let them know. Let them aware. You know, let them be aware.
Yeah, and all of the issues that person brought up would be the issues that we would be talking to the news about. Like, these are the issues that are important to us, and this is why we're fighting for painting away all of the stuff that they pointed out.
And that's why we need.
That's why.
Because we're put last, and we're still, you know, going over humps.
Yeah, and we're all like poor, just like that person said.
We're screwed, man. We're working class people. We're screwed.
Is that the first time someone accused you of having no help toward the poor? It's never happened before.
That was a weird one. I've had a lot of accusations. That was a new one.
I mean, I like the squeegee one personally.
You gotta laugh though.
Hello.
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 Hi.
Hi.
You're on the air.
I am.
You're on the air.
Yes, you're on the air.
You're on the air.
Well, how are you doing?
Sounds like a movie. That sounds like a movie. You know, like something like "Good Morning, San Diego."
Lefty.
You're on the air.
You got to do your Bruce Buffer, man, for Mikey.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right.
What?
That's right. And in this corner, fighting.
Yeah.
That's how we're going to start introducing people from now on.
Yes.
Yeah, start. I introduced him from the Rullo before, from the red corner. It was great. I was like, I can do this.
That's great. You did the Bruce Buffer introduction?
Yeah, boy,
nice.
he messed up. He said the blue corner, and and he's a
The red
Republican,
corner.
but he's a red corner, so he
True.
had to correct himself real quick.
I got to know what I need a script. You got to give me a script.
Yeah.
But let me go off script.
But I told him, like, dude, it's pretty fucking good, man.
Yeah.
He does a pretty good job.
The only thing he's missing is a cocaine high.
Yeah.
And the jacket.
Yeah. We'll have to get you. We'll have to get you some cocaine so you can really just have a whole pull that into full effect.
Yeah.
Get him chewing on a coca leaf.
Yeah. Bruce Buffer, man, he's great.
Go big or go home. Go big or go home. You know.
And Buffer does. He sure does.
So how is this fine podcast crew going?
It's going
How
well.
y'all doing?
Hanging out in
Nice.
the home of the Bayonne babes. We're in Bayonne.
Yeah.
Oh, because I saw that, they got a Jersey Shore opening up just right down the street.
Oh.
The babes are going to be running soon.
Mm.
Yeah. Lefty put it on his Facebook.
Is it the shop, the Snooki shop, or they're doing a new show?
Oh
No, there's actually a beach by the water over down at that park, just a couple blocks from
Gotcha.
Lefty's.
Gotcha.
No, we're talking about real life, like real people being on a real beach.
Yeah.
Jersey Shore. We're not talking about little
Like
fake people in your little
scripted drug
things,
use.
but
Yeah.
But we went there before, and it used to be really bad and had all kinds of garbage down there a few years ago when I was going back down there or over there, up there, over there.
Well, we got rid of plastic bags here in New Jersey. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah.
Plastic bags for what?
For like items that you go to 7-Eleven, you can't get a plastic bag anymore.
Oh.
So that
Well, they make you buy them in Oregon now.
yeah, that's what we're doing here.
They try to do that. They try to go no plastic bags and only paper. And then
So there's no plastic bags in
now
Oregon
plastic
either. Then
bags. Now there's plastic bags, but now you got to pay for them. I don't understand.
You pay for the plastic bag?
I'm gonna worry about my weed laws and go to the state capitol, and maybe we could get like hemp paper bags or hemp plastic. Just change it all. I think that's a great idea. So, you know what? I'm going to get everyone to my state house on 7/10. And I'm out here talking to people, passing out my business cards. And people are really responsive. They are excited about what I'm doing, what we're all doing, because it is a real problem. And, you know, there's not very many people that are willing to do what we do. We are like a rare breed, you know. So we are the voice, and we need to just go tell people what. We need to encourage people to go do this and invite them and say, you know, do you have a story about cannabis needs in your life or your family's life, or, you know, for medical purposes? And do you have a story you want to share, or a need or a concern, or what's working for you, or, you know. So I hear so many different stories. I even talked to a dispensary girl the other day, and she was talking to me about the problems for medical at the dispensary. So, you know, we need to talk to them as well. And so I go to a lot of dispensaries. I'm on a pre-roll tour because they got pre-rolls for days.
What were some of the problems that they were talking about that medical patients faced there?
Well, they didn't know what to get.
Yeah, like
They
looking for
weren't-
advice on what kind of a strain
Right.
would help them, or
Right. And for the helpers, they really can't give out medical advice, you know. So it's really limited on what they can say, and you know, there's always a big line, so people are like rushed, and so they want to be able to like have like a separate one so they can actually help the patients, you know, and take the time that the patients need, especially like the elderly. I talked to this other lady, not elderly, but she worked with the elderly, and I met her. Sorry, I'm outside. I met her when I was getting my medical card, and she was telling me some of the needs of the elderly and how they didn't want to go to the dispensaries because it's recreational and there's a lot of kids and it's fast and they don't know what to get and it's overwhelming and there's way too much and there's indica, hybrid, you know, sativa, THC, CBD. Eat it, smoke it, stick it up your butt, you know. So there is a real need, and I am excited because, you know, this just goes along with all of what we do for Sativa Cross is we help the sick and the dying, and might as well be cannabis too. So this is a fun project for all of us, and I'm excited to see how many more states are added. So, yeah.
I'm working on Louisiana.
Nice, nice.
you got Louisiana in the works?
Yeah, working on it.
Nice,
Yeah.
Good job. Good job.
cool.
Yeah. So,
We need Texas.
Lefty said that you guys rented an RV.
no, I just know people.
Well, for the 710 thing, you guys are partying
Yeah.
at the State House.
Yeah, we're going to get a motorhome and take it there and then just have people go in. And I'm in the works of talking
Thank you for
to,
locking down Oregon.
Thank you so much. Really great legwork there.
Yeah, totally.
Mhm. Oh, there's a dog. He's not very happy. But so I am working on dispensaries to see if they want to go and sponsor and do giveaways and stuff like that. And, you know, it's good. I'm pretty excited.
Right on.
And it gives me something to do. You know, I always wanted to change the world. So I am hanging out with my family right now, but thanks for calling.
Thank you.
Right on. What are you guys doing over there? See you.
Didn't even give her a chance.
Look at the
and she's
pile
still
up.
talking right now.
I know she's
still
talking right
answering.
now. I love it. She's still talking.
Right now she's laughing.
You know what's crazy?
She doesn't even know she's hung up on.
Lefty got Joe Rullo so good.
I got him good today.
I was so shocked.
Because Joe Rullo loves the sound of his own voice. That's why. So he couldn't wait to answer.
It was just,
right?
crazy. It was just like, you know how I like to hang up on people? Yep.
That's fantastic. Yep.
That didn't even get the yeah.
Man. Rullo. Tell me this. Was he pitching his garbage gas station CBD on the podcast? Please tell me he wasn't.
No.
Was he? Was he?
No.
Guys.
No.
Don't leave me hanging.
No.
He's pitching something else now.
No. No. Call him back. What? What is he pitching?
I don't know. You tell him.
Delta 8.
Oh, that's
No!
right. That's...
Lefty.
Stop. Put me in the middle of this.
Yo, literally, God works in mysterious ways, and there was a reason why I was caught up at work.
Yes.
And I wasn't able to get here in time.
Because we needed to have a conversation with Joe.
Without me here, listening to that garbage. That is garbage. Man, he's really up the ante there. Delta 8?
Oh, boy. Well, he's listening. You can tell him now.
I hope he's listening.
Yeah.
He should call back in and explain himself.
All right, Joe Rullo, call back in.
Yeah, I'll ask the real questions here. Like, what? Where does he come off? Right? You gotta use the spot. He's in the spotlight. Get back in the spotlight.
Yeah, me personally, no, I don't.
You don't mess with no Delta 8.
No.
Yeah.
No, none of HHC, none of that other stuff, none of that.
Yeah. You know what it is, too? And I'm going to say it because it's true, is when you hear somebody talk about something they're selling and they don't even believe in it, it's disgusting. It's a disgusting taste that it leaves in your mouth. It's a disgusting sight if you're looking at it. Yeah. And that's him when he's pitching his garbage gas station disposable cartridges or CBD lotions or whatever the crap it is that he has. It's just all garbage. It's all garbage. He doesn't understand anything about cannabis. He doesn't know cannabis is medicine. He's one of those dudes that looks at it as money. He sees money. He sees money. That's what he sees.
He said he is a businessman, so.
So he's not, I don't even think he's like would kind of dance around the fact that it's just about money with him, you know? There's nothing more patient unfriendly than the garbage he's peddling. And it's true.
I don't know what it is. I don't know. I never had it, so. But if you need CBD, Dover Canico.
There you go.
CBD.
If you want real CBD, that's where you go. Yep. Tell me that's Rullo.
No. What's going on here with this? Is this working? This would be funny if this works. I don't hear shit. I don't think it's working. I think we lost phones. Damn it. See, it's intermittent. And it's hard to fix intermittent problems. All right, let me try this. Shit. Oh, I see what happened here. We are offline. Hold on. Why does this happen? Connected. Now it's connected. We're getting to you. As you can see, we are there. Do I have you yet? Come on. Yes. All right, so we have some...
Dude, I would have passed you some.
Hello.
Hey, Lance.
What's going on, Lefty?
Lance, buddy, we got some new cars we need to identify here. We bought some new
hold on
ones.
a second. I'm actually out. You know what? I'm actually out in the garage working on a car, so I'm gonna have to. I'll upset my real world shit.
What kind of car is it, Lance?
Well, yeah, what are you doing? What kind of reality are you in?
Let's see. After all the cars I've had in my life, let's see. We started out last time. My first one was close to your 55, which was a 57 Chevy Stepside that was handed down to me with a junk truck. So that's how I started out working on cars. My second car that I was given basically to work on was a 62 Ford Thunderbird, which most people don't know what they look like, but they've seen one. If you've ever looked at the old Adam West days, the 62 and the 63 was used as the first Batman car. And so I had a hardtop two-door 62 and then migrated to, hey, going to have a big Chevy truck, had a Chevy Tahoe, had a 2000 Limited. And then I wised up because I was out in California with some really, really high gas prices. Drove a Suburban for a while out there, but I had a 5.3 engine. And I traded everything for the best minivan ever made on the planet, a Honda Odyssey. I highly recommend anybody that's handicapped to pick up a Honda Odyssey. I would say whatever you can afford, because brand new, they're like $50,000. So what I've done has, since my minivan got off the grid basically in March of last year because it was wrecked in a snowstorm, I've been having the front end straightened out and I've been redoing it. So I'm now working on doing a valve cover job on the Honda Odyssey. So yeah, it's a 2007 Honda Odyssey. I highly recommend anybody that wants to have a good all-around handicap vehicle. That's it right there. I mean, hands down, it beats all the other minivans. So that's what I'm working on right now, is an 07 Honda Odyssey. But it gets the best gas mileage. I mean, it has all of the features. It has all the features that you need. You know what I mean? And then, okay, so let me shut this down. All right. So I've basically been working on it for like the last little over a year.
Bodies on the floor.
Yeah.
Bodies at the floor.
So what did you get cars or trucks? You said you were at Walgreens. You go to Walgreens to get these things?
Got an ice cream truck, got a fire truck, and a police Jeep.
A police Jeep.
Police
Wow.
Jeep.
Yeah, cool. It's funny that you're buying them all at Walgreens, because that's what like every kid that ever got into cars, I mean, it all started at the 5 and Dime or whatever, picking up
little cars,
Hot Wheels or whatever. Like, but back in the day, the Hot Wheels are crazy. Hold on a second. Let me put you down while I roll in the house. All right, hold on.
Let me give you the other camera view here. Hold on. This is a better view here. Coming at you. Coming at you. That's so cool. Super cool. That looks great with the car. Oh.
You know how you say a step is a wall? I just had to go up 2 steps to get in the house. So that's kind of like where your step is a wall thing is really true. Jen, could you let Aki in? I roll out there if I start hearing some noise. All right, I got to go into the studio and I'm in there. Yeah, it's yeah, those Walgreens, man. I mean, that's how my sons used to get into cars. All right, let me bring you up here. I had you up earlier before I went out to the shop. I was like, if they want me to come on tonight, and we're just gonna, because literally we got baked as hell, and we didn't even really talk about weed. We were talking about cars, and now you guys are playing cars.
We're trying to crash them.
Oh, let me see where it is. I gotta bring you up first. Where the hell are you? Hold on a second. That's what sucks, man, is when if you look up on, I still don't know how I know how I found you guys through Diana and stuff, but it's really stupid that you can't just on my live feeds. You should come up automatically.
I think you have to follow us.
I do follow you guys. It's just I think it's based on viewership. It really sucks. Let's see. Sativa Cross, there it is.
This lady right here, luckiest woman ever.
Totally, yeah, right? She's got an angel.
Yeah.
She's got an angel.
Just everything has been going around her. Like,
she's in the crosswalk.
Oh, that one in the crosswalk right there.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Like, we just had like 4 accidents over here. She just dodged all of them.
She's in the crosswalk.
They were rather severe accidents too.
All right, you're messing with the old 55. Show me the new ones now.
Okay,
I'm watching.
Oh, I think this white one's new.
Oh, that cop car one.
Oh, the cop car's new.
This is new.
Yeah,
That's
'cause
a
you
new
guys still like your 64 and a half and your Porsches.
That's a new one.
You got the white one's a new one? Oh, that white Mustang? Okay, this one here. That is, believe it or not, man, that is a fucking God damn it. Isn't that one of the Mitsubishi? No, it's not a Mitsubishi Montero. One that with like a RAV4 or something like that. It's one of those crazy cars. It's a Toyota for sure. It's like, isn't that like a RAV4? What is that, man? I have no idea. I think that's a RAV4. Yeah. I think it's the smaller Toyota.
Yeah.
Little,
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, it's a little Toyota. So like that FJ, you know that FJ you have, the blue one?
Yes.
Like that's the smaller version of the FJ. Like that's in between the 4Runner and the FJ is the little RAV4.
Show him that one. I don't think he saw that one.
Yet. All right.
Have you seen
this
this
is
one?
fucking fun. All the way from Texas, we're doing car identifications.
I love it.
That's a 50. Oh, dude, come on now. What are you doing to me? That's a 57 Chevy.
I knew he was, I knew he was gonna have that reaction.
I did too.
Yeah.
I did too.
I
That's
just had
a
a feeling.
57.
Yeah.
Okay, so my dad, that's what my dad did to me in high school. He told me he was going to give me a 57 for my birthday. Instead of giving me a 57 Chevy car, Bel Air, he gave me the truck. That is isn't that the new, what is that? That's not a Porsche. That's a Chevy. It's got to be a Chevy because all the cop cars. Dude, what is that? That's the new, is that a new cop?
Yeah, keep guessing. Hold on.
Is that a Chevy?
The back.
It's a Chevy. It
Not
can't be a Chevy.
well,
Because all cop cars have to be. I thought they were all American cars. So if that's a foreign car, then it's like if that's a Toyota or something, then it's a. Can't really see the branding
Can
on
you
it.
see
But
the
yeah,
name
it's pretty
on it?
cool. What does it say? Yeah, I can't see that. It'd be nice if it said your. It'd be nice if it said your.
It's a newer one.
Is it a new Chevy?
No. It's the Lamborghini Urus.
Oh, it's the Urus. Okay, so that's an Italian cop car right there.
Oh, okay.
Not
for long.
Believe it or not, the Lamborghini Urus and I think they actually make for the Italian police and they get to actually drive around in Lamborghinis. I thought Ferrari used to do it for them for a while, but I think the Lamborghini Urus that'd be an expensive cop car.
Yeah.
It's like $500,000 cop car after you dude it out with bulletproof glass and everything.
I don't know if we did this one. Forgive me if we have already, but which one is this, Lance?
Let's see. I like this. This is like your own little what is that? The auction house. Like your own little person.
You know what?
Oh, okay. You ready for this? That's an Audi TT or an Audi TI, whatever it's called. Audi TT. It's the small Audi. Yeah, it's an Audi. I don't know what year, but it's the Audi TT. It's the Audi TT.
Audi TT.
All right.
That's the predecessor to the R8.
Yeah, you're right.
So that's
Audi
like
TT.
it's like the small version of what they eventually became the R8.
I kind of like those better than the R8.
You know that the R8 is the same thing as a Lamborghini because they're owned by, Audi's owned by Volkswagen, so they're all the Audis and stuff. It's all a Volkswagen engine basically, and the Lamborghinis are the same thing.
Shit.
The Urus is badass though. I mean, I've heard a lot of people saying great things about the Urus. Small. I think the Urus is an all-wheel drive.
Yeah, I think it is, or like I think adaptive or something like that. Like when it has to, it kicks in.
Yeah, I think it's a passive 4-wheel drive or something. But I heard it's a pretty cool vehicle. Not too many people are really, once they're paying that kind of money, they don't really see the off-road though. Because people are paying.
Yeah, check that one. You'll know that one.
Yeah,
it's easy.
I wouldn't put it off-road if I'm paying that much.
Yeah, 300. I think they start out at 350. I've heard as high as 500, but those have been slightly modified. That's I'm gonna say that's either a 68 or 69 fastback. 68 maybe. Not a 66. It's either 67 or 68 or 69 fastback. Mustang.
Is he right?
Close.
I think. It's not a 65. It's a 60. It's kind of bigger, so it looks like a 68.
67 Shelby.
Yeah, Shelby. Okay, well, the way the Mustangs went with Shelby, those were aftermarket Mustangs. So they took a stock 67, sent it off to Carroll Shelby, and that's how the Cobra and all that stuff happened.
Yep.
I actually live next to Carroll Shelby out in Laguna Beach in California, and you'd always see the Saline and the Shelby Mustangs always running around because Ford would send them out to Orange County to have them all modified. They're all aftermarket modifications.
Yeah, kind of like what is it, like Hennessy, right? What is it, Hennessy?
Yeah.
They take the what is it? They use Porsche, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you can date, and then there's a whole bunch of different ones. Like if you're like the Ralph Porsche or the Rolf Porsche or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
That's where somebody's taking it, and a lot of companies, believe it or not, don't like people doing that. So Ferrari, you see all the people that are changing up Ferraris and doing aftermarket modifications on Ferraris. Ferrari does not like that. They'll literally stop dealing with you if you cut up their Ferraris too much and change them from what the regular way is, because they feel that their cars are perfect once they roll off the assembly line. There's no way somebody can make them better. And then you bring them over here, and a bunch of YouTubers are grabbing stuff and totally redoing them and stuff. Well, look what happened to John Cena. That's a famous thing that happened to John Cena. He when the new GT 500, the GT 4 came out, the Ford made everybody sign these don't sell these cars for like 3 or 5 years. I don't know what the term limit was, but once you buy it, you can't sell it for 3 to 5 years. And they shot up in price, and John Cena turned around and sold his, doubled or tripled his price. And then he got in trouble with Ford, and Ford won't sell him any more cars now because he did that. So they don't like that. But my dad had a 67 fastback, or 66 fastback. And he loved it. But those back in the day, the reason why they had to send them off and get modified is because they had like the 64 and a halves and all that. They came with 289s. Those were that was a slow car back then. You're talking like 125 horsepower, super slow. Then you got the what is that back there in the back? Not the GTO, but the Charger.
This project,
it really looks good. If you look at it on your screen, it looks good.
This project is so much fun. We've learned a lot about car trivia as well throughout this project from talking to you, Lance, and there's viewers who enjoy cars as well. So this is a fun little addition to what we normally would be discussing.
Well, yeah. Well, everybody, hold on. And the thing is that the one thing that handicapped people get cut out of the most is, you think a step is a wall. Think about the majority of the vehicles that are made today.
Sure.
That are not handicap accessible, and that's why I'm saying, like, I went from having really fast cars when I was younger. I mean, I really liked my '62 Thunderbird. I would love to have that thing back because the steering wheel moved out the way to get out of the car. The front seat literally turned as you got out, so it could swivel, and you could move the steering wheel out of the way, But these days, shoot, it has to be a pretty good sized car, or at least something that's kind of open in the inside. If it's a small car, I won't even get in it because I won't be able to get out. There's the Jeeps. The Jeeps are nice. Didn't you say you had a new cop? Oh, that was a cop Jeep. You showed me the Urus. I guess that would be technically. Now what you should start adding is just more. You got enough cars. I think you should start adding characters. Like you got Bong Ho.
We got characters coming.
Yeah, characters are coming. You're right on the same
page.
Look
how you got it now. You can even see it on the screens as you go by on your screens. It's the studio and stuff. It's just so, you guys did a great job on the. It reminds me of when we used to build the model train sets. Everybody used to have the model trains in their garage, and there was always that one.
Yeah. People would put the like go through the mountain and the
snow. There's always that one uncle that took it way too far.
Yes.
Did the paper mache. And it's like, man, how much time are you spending down in this basement?
Yeah. We're all like that weird uncle.
Yeah. 3 of us.
Literally.
It's just. Well, no, because I looked at when I was on last. What was that? Tuesday, I guess it was. I looked down and I was like, dude, we only talked about weed for like 5 minutes, but I was on for like an hour and 15 minutes. We probably spent a good 45 minutes talking cars.
And I learned a lot. You know,
and looking at the paper machine. I mean, just looking at the model and then saying, "Hey, where should from your angle? Where should we put up the advertisements?"
Yeah, right.
And I would, man. I totally would. At least until you start getting the cease and desist letters, and
we want them. We want those letters.
Yeah, we want those letters because at least somebody's watching the show.
Yes.
Because right now it says two people watching, and if other people can hide themselves, they need to uncloak themselves because it makes it just feel like it's us.
Yeah.
You guys in the room and just two other people.
Those kinds of letters would be validation, and that's what we're seeking.
That's totally true. So we should put up like Supreme. You should put up like Nike. You should go down to Times Square and just kind of copy look at all the things that are down in Times Square and just kind of put it up your own little mini Times Square. It's like, and all of a sudden you start getting calls with cease and desist letters from Calvin Klein.
Yeah, we could do like a Starbucks and having like poor people getting kicked out.
Oh my God. Oh, it's so great.
We're gonna have different buildings here. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
And you got a nice little corner. You have some corner space there. You can even put out the little the barista carts. You don't even have to put a standalone building. You can just start putting out the little carts that everybody pushes around. That'd be so funny. Oh, you know what? You need to put a Sabret's cart, a hot dog Sabret, a hot dog Sabret's cart.
Do they make those?
They make. You actually could order one. I don't think they make them. You'd have to probably make it yourself. Because I know Sabret's will make you, if you want a Sabret's cart, you could become one of their
boys.
One of the boys. I think you got to buy the cart, and then you can sell 5,000 hot dogs a month.
Yeah.
But
we're gonna
do a miniature one.
We're gonna do a plane on a line.
Yeah,
that'll be cool.
Yeah.
That'll be cool.
We're gonna do that.
Then you could get like
There's
different
always
types of
helicopters
planes
flying around here.
That would be cool.
Yeah, we call get a ghetto birds, like the helicopter off of the Washington Mutual commercial. No, we're not buying you a helicopter.
Yeah, I was looking online actually at this, like what kind of little drones they have, because I was thinking about ideas like that, and they have actually a drone that's the size of a quarter.
Yep, they
what?
have drones the size of bees. They're little bee drones.
Yeah,
even though we can't get a hold of
we
them.
can't get them. Yeah,
with their Defense Department stuff.
Right.
I saw a video the other day that some dude had actually caught something, and he was looking at it. I was like, "What is this? How come it's not stinging me?" And it looked like it was an armored, looked like a little drone thing. I was like, could have been a drone. You never know. Because those things are so small. They make them so small right now. But, the smallest one we could probably get a hold of is probably about the size of a quarter. That would be so cool.
That's what I kind of came to discover, when I was looking them up.
Could you imagine you buying a bunch of these little drones and then you program them so they could go up and just kind of hover over the table and then move up and down the street?
Yeah, like
they're all programmable now.
Right. And okay, I get what the defense, what they're using them for or whatever, but I know what we would use them for.
Offense.
Yeah. Yes.
Offense.
Right.
Annoyance. We'd use them for annoyance.
Right.
Because you could come here and you could learn how to use them in this little setup like this.
That's cool.
And then you could take them out and program them to be in the streets wherever you were, but still keep the same size. So you master using the quarter ones here, and then you take them out and you use the little quarter ones all through town. That'd be hilarious.
I just had a good idea. We could do a moon, like a moon in the corner over here,
and we could.
Yeah, and we could fake the moon landing like we did in the United States years ago. That would be great.
Dude, what was that?
Fake the moon landing just like we did.
What was the Jim Carrey movie? The one where I forgot the name of the one where he was in the
Cable Guy.
Cable Guy, and all the other ones that he was. I remember that's the one it was. But yeah, you can make a moon. That would be cool. Make it look like the Death Star, though.
Yeah, Cable Guy, where he was, because he was the cable guy, and he was staring up at the moon with the satellites.
Yep, I guess it's not real. It's a simulation. Yeah, you could put a moon up in the corner, put it together, make it look like you could even illuminate it too.
We could do some aliens in a spaceship.
Yeah, and make it to where your harvest actually shows up on the moon. Because your little white wall back there, your little green screen. You could put a little bit of green screen on the moon and make some of the weed show up.
We could land on the moon and plant seeds, grow weed on the moon.
That'd be so great. I cannot. Here's the thing. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for the first person.
We need an alien spaceship.
No kidding.
And we got to beam one of these people up.
No, they can beam.
Well, I can't wait for the first person that does it. That grows weed in space. Because they've germinated. They've germinated seeds already.
We could do it. We could do it small scale right here.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's go weed on the moon.
Let's do the extension of Jesus into heaven. We'll just have Jesus walking around. We'll send him into heaven with a fishing line.
We need a Jesus character.
Yeah, we need Jesus.
You gotta have a Jesus.
Extend into heaven.
You gotta have a Jesus.
Yeah, we need Jesus.
Can we do a patriot Jesus?
I was
like,
gonna say,
Jesus who's like USA.
A Republican Jesus?
Just kind of real. Yeah, we could do that.
Oh,
just layer it.
Republican Jesus.
A little Jesus with a shirt that says "I wore hemp."
Republican Jesus and Democratic Jesus.
He'll be in the Trump truck.
Yeah.
At the Trump truck. Oh my God.
We have a Trump
Dude,
truck.
Let's not even talk about that, dude. The election that's coming up in November is going to be ridiculous.
Shit show.
The midterms for the Democrats is going to be absolutely ridiculous. I don't know what's going to happen, but man, the way it looks right now, it's going to be a slaughter.
Looking not so good.
No. The thing that I hate about it is, like, because I'm not a Democrat or Republican, I'm more of a kind of a situational guy, but the further that everybody moves to the left and the further that everybody moves to the right, what's ended up happening is all the people that are like us, we're kind of moderates in the middle kind of thing, you know? We have definitely democratic social ideas because we're really lax on cannabis and we want to relax on drug laws. But when it comes to the other side, they're just going so militant now that it's leaving a lot of us like going,
yeah,
we're
screwed.
I'm just going to sit here in the middle and wait for the whole floor to fall out. And I guess all of us in the middle are going to fall to our deaths or something, because it's getting so extreme on both sides that, you know, I don't want to see either extremes, because either extremes is not good. And the thing that I've noticed too is that all of my friends that were so far left or so far right, actually everybody's moved to the right and left. Everybody's become moderates now. And a lot of people are just kind of chilling and getting along.
Have those dabs.
Yes, sir.
Please.
Oh, you're going to do some
So,
dabs.
Lance, we're going to end the show with you, but not yet. We're going to. We have a whole process of ending the show. We have our list that we go through.
Cool.
But we have Jeff.
And how's it going for 710? Have you guys getting some people lined up?
Oh man, 710 is going to be out.
It's going to be epic.
Control. The Oregon
Okay.
State House has an RV, so if you go to Oregon State House, they're going to smoke inside of an RV. She's got a bullhorn.
God.
She's out of her mind out there. I love it.
Well, no, some people have taken it to an art form, man,
Yes.
and
Yes.
it's one of those things where the only way they pay attention to anybody in a wheelchair or anybody that's a patient these days is that you have to literally annoy the hell out of them.
Yeah, we figured it out. We figured that out a little while back. Yeah.
And that's the thing with you know, people that are disabled like myself, and you know, like, you know, most of us here, is that we have that dark humor.
Yeah.
You know, like,
gotta.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's-
because we kind of have to. We kind of have
exactly,
to. Because
exactly.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't get it, though. And a lot of people don't get the way, well, you should be super depressed because you're stuck in a chair. And then they say,
you laugh
should be
about
upset.
it. You make fun of yourself
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
All of our good buddy Jeff, who Lefty's going to be playing in a minute, we would make jokes about it. He would make jokes about his cancer to keep himself smiling, keep himself feeling good. You know, we joke about how, oh, Jeff, you're so loud with your cancer. Keep your cancer down. Turn the volume down on that cancer, you know? And we would laugh about it, you know, and made him
you
feel
have
better.
to, because the one thing that all of my doctors have said, neurologists, internal medicines, all of them, is like, the first thing is if you're depressed, there's no chance for you.
It's a down.
There's literally no chance for you, because then your body will start feeding on you. So you need to do everything you can to make yourself happy in the situation that you're in.
100%.
And whether that's smoking cannabis or doing whatever you got to do, like for me, working on cars, just make sure that you don't get depressed, because you know that's a down. Because once you stop getting out of bed, and it's real easy for a handicapped person to not get out of bed in the morning. We're just like, I'm just gonna stay here and watch TV. And
Lots of
that could
excuses. Yeah, you got a lot of built-in excuses if you really want to use it.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes people do that. I mean, I've been guilty of that before. I mean, just like, oh, I'm not going to get up for a week. I'm going to stay here in bed and just get up, only go to the bathroom and go to the kitchen.
Yeah, you actually, I had a little flashback just now, you saying that, because when I used to be in the home where, like, I needed to get transferred using the machine, I couldn't really get up on myself. You know, they had to, like, the hoister, right? I think it's called.
Yeah, the crane.
The crane thing.
Yeah.
And at the time, like, you have to put the time in that you wanted to get up the night before, so they can get the people to get you, because there's so many people that want to get up. And some of those days where, like, I always put my time in early, because I knew if I stayed any second or any minute more than that time, I wasn't going to get up that day, just because that extra time got me to think about these things and like get in my head, get in my mind, get in that depressive state. So I always try to make sure that I was like the first one up. You know what I mean? So like I didn't even get the chance to get those thoughts through or anything. You know what I mean? Like they woke me up and that's it. I was getting up and I'm getting ready. But I
and
definitely.
And that's when you start and that starts your process. And I don't think the normal, I call them normal people, or the normalies, or whatever you want to call it. People that don't really have a problem. They don't realize, for somebody like us, what it takes to actually get out of bed. Mm-hmm. I got out of bed this morning at 4:30 just to go to the bathroom, and didn't get done in the bathroom until 5:30, almost 6. Yeah. So I mean, it could take an hour and a half to do what you got to do in the bathroom. Yeah. You know, and then getting out, getting in your chair, doing all these other things. You could get up at 4:30 in the morning, and by the time you're out doing things, it could be 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
And depending on whether you're paraplegic, quadriplegic, partial para, whatever you are, people don't understand. Everybody thinks, oh, why can't you just get up and get dressed? Most people, it takes them 5-10 minutes to get up and get dressed, and especially a guy, he just, I'm jump out of bed. I'll be done in 30 minutes. I'll be right there real quick. Yeah, changes whenever you can't move. And then you have to rely on other people to help you. Completely changes.
And it's even the worst. It's even worse. And like, that's the thing with me. With my car accident, it happened to me at a young age. I was like about 22 years old. I was physically able. I was physically good. I was good. And like, to have your life change from one second to the other, and then pretty much wake up and you can't move. And then it's just like
next day. Literally, it's like next day. You remembered what it was like the day before, the week before, the month before, the years before, and then now you got to move forward with the fact that you can't do practically everything that you used to do before.
Yep, and that's the crazy part. You know what I mean? It's like, and then on top of that, then you have to rely on people, which you never ever had to do before. You know what I mean? Like, I never had to rely on anybody.
And that's another dynamic. That's another dynamic, that the difference between a female handicapped person and a male handicapped person. Because a female handicapped person has no problem asking for help. But a male handicapped person who's used to been doing it himself all by himself forever.
Yeah.
That is so tough to be able to stick your pride in your just wherever you got to stick it and say, oh, I actually need some help to do this.
Yeah, and then like for me, it was even like, I don't know about you, but like from my point, like, it was even hard because like I had 2 kids, and then you know what I mean, like, so I took care of everybody. You know what I mean? So like, and then not being able to play with my kids, or like like. That it's rough, and then like my story even goes even back.
How old were your kids when you got handicapped?
So my youngest was 1.
Oh wow!
And let me see, the other one was probably 5.
Wow, and, dude. See, I'm kind of lucky that my sons were already like 14, 15, freshmen in high school. That whenever I came down with MS, that they were already established and had actually.
Sure, yeah.
I was actually lucky enough that I'd actually had my time. You got kind of ripped off, man. You didn't get hardly any time.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. Like I try to look at the positives. Like now I'm like I just started walking 2 years ago, so now like I'm walking around, limping around with a cane or whatever. But like I get to be there, and like. I can shoot hoops with my son. Yeah, it's not the best to my ability, but like, but he helps me out. He understands, you know what I mean? He's seen the process of me, from wheelchair to like not even like completely wheelchair and being hoisted into bed at night.
Yeah,
he see all that, and then like the worst, the like on top of the everything that I was going on through, like my life changing like that, like 2-3 months after, like my newborn son passes away.
Oh shit.
It's just I'm in the ICU. I'm in Georgia. My whole family, my son, my newborn son is here. Both of my other kids are here. Everybody's here. You know what I mean? Everybody was up in Jersey. So like, it was just a weird moment. And that's going back to the main reason, why we're talking about this is that's why like I always made sure I was the first one to get up in my in the facility that I was in. I was the first one up,
right.
Because any extra time, I'm telling you, it only took 2 minutes for me to be like, never mind, I'm staying in bed.
Yeah, I don't know if you ever.
You're at this point, you're your own worst enemy, and that's people don't understand is like for you, the motivation is your children. And the motivation for me is my children still to this day is that you don't want to let them down because you've realized what it was like to be let down when you were a child by just simple shit. Now you're handicapped, you're behind the 8 ball, and you're teaching your son and your daughters to try to persevere through adversity.
Yeah.
And you could not be. The thing is, he could be not have a father. Something else could have. It could have been a lot worse. And yeah, you're in a wheelchair and you started out handicapped like that, but he could be visiting a grave.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in a way, it may have been. I don't know if you ever looked at it like this, Chris, but being that your children are so young, it's almost maybe easier to grow up in that situation as opposed to like how Lance's kids were in their teen years. You'll certainly build character growing up around that. As opposed to being. Go ahead.
I'll tell you what. To exactly to your point. Here's the biggest difference. My kids now, they see somebody in a wheelchair, they'll help instead of stare.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing.
And I guess that's where I was going with that.
Yeah. And that's why, you know what I mean? And that builds a lot of character, and like that is character building, and they understand. They lived through it. They seen the suffer, as much as I didn't want them to, you know what I mean? They just had to, you know what I mean? It's just part of them growing up.
Yeah.
Right.
So now it's just automatic.
And you don't know what lessons. That's the thing. You don't know what lessons you're meant to teach your children. Your creator is the only person that knows what lessons you were to teach your children. And this is kind of like your path and the way it's supposed to go for you. Just like my path was for me to teach my kids those certain things for them, to get them to a certain point, and then for them to learn what it's like when a father breaks down, gets sick, gets terminal diseases and things like that. So you can't decide on what lessons you're going to teach your children. That was decided for you a long time ago, and now for you to be alive, that is all you needed. That's all you needed, was to be alive so you could be there for your children. That's it.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so fucked up when you see people not having any. Listen, we started this movement well before 1996 in California, and the one thing I've noticed is that all the patients, all of us, have been shit on, and it's not cool. It's whether you're in a wheelchair or not. People look over us every day because they think, oh, this person's already life's over because he's in a wheelchair, or this person's life's over because they can't walk. And then that's where the pity comes, and that's where all the I feel sorry for this person stuff. No, don't feel sorry for me. Just don't take away my rights to do what I want to do, which is medicate myself with a plant that is harmless, that hasn't killed anybody, that has done more economically for this country and is doing it economically for other countries like China and Russia, because they grow industrial hemp like we're just starting again back in 2018. But they use it as a crop and for their industrial needs. They don't even look at it as medicinal anymore. It's all about the oil from the plant. So, this is one of those subjects where it just feeds into everything. And that's why I've told Lefty, we all come out naked and can't walk. And guess how you're going to go out? Mm-hmm. Naked in a wheelchair. You're not going to, everybody, if you grow old long enough, everybody ends up in a wheelchair sometimes.
Yep.
And
another thing that really fueled me throughout everything is everybody that counted me out. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is with me. I just have no idea. But ever since I was young, I don't know if it was the sports I was in, the football, or I don't know what it was. But you count me out, and you give me the opportunity to be an underdog. Oh, I'm taking it.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm taking it and I'm winning. I don't care. I don't care if I'm getting beat up. Perfect example. This past weekend with the UFC fight for the championship belt, the guy was getting the dog piss beat out of him, and he chokes him out and wins.
30 seconds left.
30 seconds left. That's me. Nice. I'll get beat up, but best believe at the end of this, I'm coming out the winner. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know. But it fuels me so much. It just gets me going. Just thinking about it makes my
Get a little
blood
excited.
pumping.
Yeah.
I start getting
Well,
fired up.
That's why these congressmen, these senators, these presidents and stuff, they don't know what they're dealing with. They have no idea of the people that have been trained as children in little league sports to never quit, to never give up. And now here we are in chairs, and they're honestly going to think that we're going to quit on their doorsteps. Oh, forget it.
And I always like to say, if the odds are 1 in a million, be that one.
Yeah, be that one. And the thing is that I know so many people that have died since 1996 when the patient movement started, that it's just my time now to pass on that knowledge to the next generation of people.
Yep.
And say, listen, you guys have to understand, this is where you're going to end up eventually. You're going to have all the apparatuses, all the crutches, all the canes, all the wheelchairs, all of that stuff in your house because you're not getting any younger. And it happens to everybody. I mean, it happens. Look at some of the bodybuilders. I can't remember Ed Haney, I think is his name, one of the big black bodybuilders. Dude, he can barely walk from the damage he did to his body from being a big bodybuilder.
Rodney Coleman, too.
Yeah, Coleman, that's his name. If you look at the Rodney Coleman story and you look at what he's done to his body and the amount of abuse he put his body through, and then now he can barely walk.
Yep.
And so, I don't care how physically fit you are when you're younger, eventually you're going to have an accident, it's going to break down, and you're going to end up in a wheelchair, whether by your own fault, whether by a disease or something. So you might want to get that compassion about the people that are in wheelchairs that you see.
Right.
Because guess what? That karma is going to come back and get you.
It's like getting a jump start on future you.
And not only that, but like I feel like if you like later on in life, if you do hit that crossroad, you don't know how to handle with it. You don't know how to deal with it. You're already older or like it's hard to change that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like and then like that, and that's why I feel a lot of older people when they go through what they go through, whether if it's through disease or accidents or anything, or breaks a hip out of nowhere, and then they don't know how to readjust their life or how that hunger comes about them to get better,
right?
And they go into the depressive state, and most of them end up passing away, like a couple years after. Like I what I've noticed is, you know what I mean, like they just don't know how to deal with that.
They end up in hospice. Yeah. Here's how the progression goes for a cannabis person, and this is kind of honest. You start out as a recreational smoker as a kid. Okay, you turn from a recreational smoker to an activist because you want it legalized. You end up being a medicinal activist, and then you end up being a patient. Now, the previous generation, old people, they had no clue about what's going on. They've only been told you have to do it this way, that way, pharmaceutical this, pharmaceutical that. So they get old, they break a hip, and then there's nobody there telling them about cannabis. There's nobody there for these older people. And unless they live in an older community and they actually have access to it, most old people don't know how to transition into this newer lifestyle because there was nobody there to tell them what about cannabis. Well, for you, me, and a lot of us, we were raised around it as kids. It was all over my neighborhood, and at some point, you start looking at things around you, looking at people that are smoking cigarettes unhealthy. You see them drinking alcohol unhealthy. And then you see all your weed stoner friends, and then you just progress. And that's how you get to this position. That's how Lefty gets made. That's how a Lance gets made, is because we just found a better way of doing things, and nobody believes us. All they can do is sit around and call it stupid stoners. Or wasn't that the video that you posted the other day, Lefty? The guy that walked by and complained that you guys were openly smoking a joint when it's completely legal in New Jersey to do so. And then you guys realized that his car was illegally parked. That was the best.
Can't make this up.
No, that stuff is real. You get some high and mighty older person that will go, oh, did you see the absolute disgust in the cop's face that he actually had to get up from his desk and deal with that situation?
Yeah, even that one recent video they encountered, the lady that stopped right in the intersection, and what's she saying? Shut up!
Oh,
the car was honking. Shut up!
Dude, you guys get so much if you just hang out down there, you're going to get so much entertainment that eventually one of those videos is going to go absolutely viral. I thought the old man one was so entertaining because when you see the young cop that's fully like in his tactical gear, the absolute disgust is like, dude, please do me a favor and just go because this old buddy right here is not going to let this shit go. He's just not. All I would have done was light up a joint in the cop shop and walk the fuck out. Like, this is what I can do now. Oh my God, so much fun. Entertainment. That's what I'm saying. You guys are the best podcast on the internet right now. It's just unfortunate that there's just like us three, you three there, and the two other people that are like, hey.
Well, we agree with you. We do think it's the best podcast.
It's a shadow band.
I do agree. And then you know what? And here's the thing. I've been trying to really push for this podcast to be on Spotify. Like I really think.
Oh no! You know what? If they don't like Joe Rogan, they ain't gonna like us.
Right.
Yeah, seriously.
Right. But all we need, Lance, is just those ears for a couple minutes, a couple months.
Yeah, no, that's great. Thank you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then once
here's
that
the
happens,
thing, man.
boom, you know.
You've positioned yourself because, and this is what I said when I moved out from the bigger movement in California, is that you positioned yourself, Lefty, for the Eastern Seaboard. You know what I'm saying? From Florida to Vermont or from Florida to freaking Nova Scotia, you can lock in on the East Coast all of the activists because it's such a concentrated area.
Yeah,
and you guys are the forefront for the changing of the laws now. A lot of the other states have kind of like, oh, we've already done our cannabis stuff and we're happy to deal with what we're dealing with. You guys are the new movement out here, so it's going to be interesting to see how, you know, you take your position with all of the representatives that you're getting. You know more people in positions of power than any pot smoker should actually know. Because
I get that a lot. I get that a lot.
They made you do something exactly opposite of what we were trained to do, which is stay out of the system.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the real problem with getting
those guys are just going to fuck us.
The real problem with getting to more people on Facebook is there is a shadow ban. And that was decided a long time ago. And that Facebook is a platform where at this point you're only going to get so many people, only going to get so many new listeners.
Well, the problem with Facebook is it's run by an AI. And that's what I'm saying. They're going to limit the conversation.
It decided
based
we
on
were
cannabis.
It decided our content wasn't interesting enough or was violating some standards or something.
Well, no, okay. The only thing that Facebook has to say is that we can't have you guys on there because pot's illegal in Uruguay or pot's illegal in an area where my Facebook is at. So instead of just cutting you out of that country, I'm just going to cut you away from the world. And that's why the whole metaverse thing is crazy, is because he wants everybody to transition from Facebook to Meta. And I don't want to do that shit because that's where you end up putting on the Oculus, and then all of a sudden you're spending 20 hours in the Oculus thing. So, but you're definitely right. Spotify would work. You know, I mean that's the thing. You can approach them. I just don't know what the way their contracts are written or the way their contracts come down.
Here, Lance, check this out.
Seriously. I mean, he's a great guy.
Yeah, no, I like him.
Doing anything here is not going to help.
Why?
Because you're just making a spectacle, and he has so many people on his side. He'll be in jail. It's not worth it.
But he doesn't even have wheelchair access. If you look at my other sign here, it says a step is a wall because there's no wheelchair access to his legislative office. So I'm protesting that also.
But
that's
you
a big
shouldn't,
issue.
because he will meet people wherever.
But that's not accessibility. That's ableism.
If you knew him, if you had an appointment with him, he'd sure have a ramp out there for you.
How does she know?
Yes, he would.
There's too many steps.
There's too many steps. No, they put him in my house. The steps in my house.
I have steps.
No.
They put
That's
steps in
not
my
a way to
house.
get his
I have
attention.
steps.
You guys are going about it the
Well, no, he
wrong
doesn't
way.
listen to us. He doesn't listen. So.
This lady's.
You're going about it the wrong way. He's a good guy, and if you went about it the right way, he's laughing now. Honestly.
She needs an anchor
I
tattooed
know
on her
him
forearm.
And there's sick and dying people that are suffering, and he's laughing.
Do you honestly think weed's going to save you?
Yeah.
All right, my husband has prostate cancer. All it's done is making a bunch of people drive around fucking high.
Wait, what? My husband has prostate cancer, and all it makes
people do is drive around high.
What the?
See, do you see what we're dealing with? You're dealing with actually bona fide. You're dealing with mental illness.
Yes. Do you see the way she just woven
varying
that
degrees,
together?
But they don't even know they're crazy.
Yeah, these
She
are the
just-
people that
She just
attack me.
woven her crazy together with a tight knit.
A tight knit. Oh, wow.
And don't get me wrong, I like the gummies, but every
Stop right there.
Don't get me wrong. I
What?
like gummies.
You heard that,
Lance?
Lance?
First of all, who doesn't like gummy bears, dude? Who doesn't? And if they have a little bit of something in there, fuck them.
people drive around fucking
that.
high.
And she's
don't get me wrong, I like the gummies, but
gummies.
everybody's all fucking high, driving around. They're gonna kill somebody, even you, God forbid, because they're too fucking high.
Even
to see
you.
where they go. And don't tell me you don't get fucking high.
Don't tell me you don't get fucking high.
Don't tell me you don't get fucking. Hey man, oh my god, that's so good.
Stop.
Why? Cannabis saved your life? How?
I can't with this lady. All right, let's play some. Hold on, Lance. We're gonna play something.
Very
a lot-
cursy.
But it's just, I can't with her.
Super cursy.
Cleanse the palate. Cleanse the palate.
You gotta get a 2XL. You gotta show
Yeah,
me.
it's just like-
Come on, we're gonna be friends. We're gonna be friends. I want to be friends.
Gotta be friends. Let's be friends.
I need a 2XL.
So this is Jeff Oaks in Point Pleasant
I'm going to
Beach.
stand up tonight. I am not doing well, but I feel pretty good tonight. So I'm going to stand. Mayor, I forgive you. Jeez. I'm going in for surgery April 1st.
I'm sorry, sir. We need your name for the record.
Jeffrey Oaks, 60 Pemberton Avenue.
Thank you.
I have another tumor in my liver. I'm a medical cannabis patient. I advocate for medical cannabis in case anybody in the room doesn't recognize the back of my shirt. But I'm going into surgery on April 1st. I was hoping I could avoid that. I was doing good with my chemo, and I was cancer-free for 9 months. And I patiently have waited for the legalization of marijuana, and also the things that are attached, the improvements in the medical program are attached in the same bill as recreation. So the medical patients, we're getting dragged through the mud, and you're looking at a guy who's being held up by you, sir, by the rhetoric of legalization, the rhetoric of marijuana. We heard some of it tonight here about how the town's going to deal with smoking, people that smoke it in public. I know that doesn't pertain to medical patients, but the public image hurts us. The stigma that is carried on over legalization has slowed the improvements for the medical folks to the point where I could have had almost a year ago, I could have had unlimited access, unlimited monthly amounts to cannabis to treat my cancer. Instead, I was limited to just 2 ounces, and sometimes I can't even afford that. And now I have tumors back, and I have no options of chemo, and I have no option of radiation. This is my last card, and maybe I'll be okay. I have a chance, but I just came here again to address the stigma, and it's kind of a sad moment for me, Mayor. We've been back and forth all over the state, and I've come to find out some very sad things about our legislatures. And I'm not going to bring it up and sling individual mud here, because I think everybody,
Sling it.
hopefully by now, if they're educated enough, has read it in the paper what's gone on. And it is an atrocity that folks like myself have been stigmatized, literally beat up, arrested. I think in one instance, cavity searched. Where does this
awesome.
end? So
Awesome.
I don't want to take up too much more things here. My friends all have things to say, but I'd like to address the. Mr. Councilman Sandinelli, you went for. I think you had mentioned you had a procedure.
No, I was supposed to have it actually.
I was going to say you look well though.
Thank you, I appreciate that, but I'm just as bad as I was before. I'm actually going in April 12th for my knee replacement.
I wish you luck.
Thank you. You as well. May I ask you a question?
Sure.
Are you a religious person?
No, I don't go to church. I don't practice religion. I guess I'll use the word spiritual. I don't even prefer that word. I'm a biologist. I'm a hack biologist, and I think this little sliver of life we have on this earth is very small compared to the grand scheme of what we look at and see up in the sky. And we have a lot of work to do as humans to advance our...
I'm asking
Sure.
more than anything, if you mind if I pray for you?
Absolutely. But going forward, talking about religion, I don't read the Bible, but I do know that there is passage in there that has to do with the plants and the seeds and the fruits, if you are a religious person. And I do believe biologically it is there for a reason, and it is part of us. But as far as legalization, recreational marijuana, whatever you want to call it, stigmatization of what goes on with recreational marijuana seems to always be attached, there's a sin tax attached to it compared to alcohol, compared to cigarettes. The concern of smoking in public. We have all come to values of cannabis. We've also come to understand the medical values of cannabis for children. So with that said, many of us have come to the understanding that it's really not a hazardous substance. But I do agree. I agree for smoking ban in public for cannabis. I do not advocate for that for medical cannabis because we at times need it. But I would hope that the stigma would for cannabis, smoking cannabis in public, would be treated fairly and equally as tobacco smoking is in public. And I think that is not enforced. I think that's a terrible danger. I think it is good. It's banned on the beach now. I think the state did it. I think you get folks banned on the boardwalk. But you can have a cigarette out on the sidewalk. You can walk down the street. And I see that as a huge hazard because if a child runs by or comes by on a tricycle or whatever, they could get burned on their cheek. So I support that ban. But I don't agree with stigmatizing someone smoking cannabis in public, that it should be considered something nefarious. That someone would be detained.
Jeff, can I, I think I talked to you guys months ago when this all started, and you give me too much credit. I'm not stopping this. You guys are working hard. Now listen, should they have ever put the recreation with medical? Absolutely no way, because no one's against medical. So the legislature did that. That's So don't think that I did it. And
well,
also,
no, you, sir,
I
Mayor.
tried to tell you before, Jeff. I said, the big marijuana companies don't want.
He's lying through his teeth right now.
Well, then why don't you join us? Why don't you join us and lobby for home grow for medical patients? Come with us instead.
But let's do it.
Come with us.
I don't care.
Come with us.
I don't care is more accurate.
Please.
He's going to stick with what's getting him paid. Yeah.
I told you all before that you're like, and don't get me wrong, I'm like, hey, look at me, look what I'm doing. Are you kidding me? You think I'm stopping this?
Mayor, you got to.
Yes.
This public stigmatization of cannabis needs to stop because it is. I understand everyone's concerns, but the
Just
way
kept your mouth shut, Reed.
Parade flag against legalization is just winding people up, and we, the patients, are the ones that are getting it.
My whole thing with RAMP, I've told you before, is strictly recreation.
So why don't you stop that? Knowing
Not
there's
true.
no patients, we're here asking you to stop.
He calls it pot
Not against
shops.
social justice, not against expungement, not against anything that medical marijuana, absolutely not. Never.
So you're only against the industry.
Well, I was trying to tell you, the industry's stopping it. The industry's stopping you. And the industry is working with these legislators and putting these two together, and they shouldn't have.
And we also
and
have
the industry is stopping you from growing it homegrown.
And we also have legislators that are taxing medication, and we also have legislators that have dollar signs all over something that they call recreational when it should be considered a food.
I just want you to know, because I know you guys try to target shirts and
We don't, Mayor, we don't target anyone individually. To be the one that opposes us.
No, I
It's pretty
oppose
simple.
recreational marijuana. I can't say it enough. But if and you guys keep putting me on
But
this
you can't go back and forth though, because you
Wow.
you went on the record at Sayreville telling them that they shouldn't have a medical marijuana dispensary. So that was hurtful for us.
They asked me about that, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm recreational marijuana, period.
So he's something else.
Nobody should have it?
Yeah,
Just
guy.
medical?
No recreation.
No one should smoke it?
And he also said in Sayreville, the patients will be all right.
Well, if you agree,
This council here, let me tell you something, when we passed the ordinance, I'm not against what you wanna do. You think I care what you do in your home? I don't care about that.
Well,
I've
that's
already done-
recreation then.
Yeah, right, but
Right.
I care what.
Oh, so you're
what
for a rec
happens-
then?
I care what happens in my town, and my residents.
So you don't want your you don't want your
He
residents
supports
in
rec.
town
Ugh.
that enjoy cannabis to use it recreationally in their home.
No, they can use their home, what do I care? I don't want it in the public. Always
So,
on the public.
so then you are for you are for legalization then? You're suggesting that
We were
your
against
residents
any
should enjoy
dispensary in our
cannabis?
town. We didn't want any
Okay,
dispensaries in our
but,
town.
but you just said that your residents that want to enjoy cannabis in their homes should be able to use it legally.
Sure, why not? Next.
Rest my case.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mayor.
That was good.
I can't find the Sayreville one. I'm looking for that one still.
You really can't find that one?
I know it's there. It's
Yeah,
just 2018.
When I went to look for it, I just went on your page and I typed in Sayreville. It was the first thing that popped up.
Really?
Yeah.
Funny. I didn't get that lucky. All right. Well, next week I'll have it. I promise.
Dmitry Fyodorov.
No.
100.
All right. Well, Lance, thank you so much for taking part today. Appreciate it. Can you hear me?
Thank you, Lance, for taking part.
Where's Lance?
Did he get disconnected?
What happened, Lance?
Am I here?
Oh, there you
we
are.
are.
There you go.
Dude, it's always on my end.
Oh, well, thanks for taking part, man. We're gonna take off and probably go get some
Thank
hot
you,
dogs
Lance.
or something.
Yeah, we always appreciate you, Lance.
But yeah, you're the best.
Yeah, no worries. Anytime.
Thanks, brother.
You guys have a good evening.
You too, man.
Good night.
Hashtag they
Later.
shall grow. Hashtag Jeff's Law. They shall grow.
Yeah, no.
They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning we will